Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Week 14 of high school football. It is the Quad A, Coach, quarterfinals. There's 8 teams left. The District 11 champion, the Pottsville Crimson Tide, comes in with a record of 11-2, taking on the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. They are the District 4 champions. They come in with a record of 10-3. Paul Ball alongside the coach, Rich Salonis. Coach, we are high atop Danville High School. Going to be a little cold tonight. The weather is cooperating after a shady day here, but it looks pretty good. Let's talk a little bit about the Pottsville Crimson Tide. They come in with an 11-2 record. They are a senior-led team. They're led by senior quarterback Damon Yost. Listen to this line on this kid: 2,530 yards, 33 touchdowns. Rushing, he chipped in with 239 and 6 more touchdowns.
Probably one of the best athletic quarterbacks you're going to see that we have seen all season. Not a very big young man, but certainly has command of Pottsville's high-powered offense, and someone that Jersey Shore is going to have to wrangle in tonight if they're going to be successful.
And we watched him down the field on warm-ups showing those out patterns. A strong arm for a kid. Stands only about 5'9", about 175 pounds, but he got some zip on the ball.
Yeah, he's put together, and he has a rifle for an arm.
Well, running the ball, number 26, Kevin DeCello, 889 yards, 9 touchdowns. He's averaging 6.6 yards a tote.
That he is, and Pottsville's pretty well balanced. They like to throw the ball, but last week they used the rushing game to gash Allentown Central Catholic. So they're, listen, you get in the Final 8, you're good. And both of these teams are good, and both of them should be here.
Well, let's talk about the 1-2 punch they have at wide receiver. Kevin Schenk, number 11, 6 foot 6 inches tall, 39 receptions, 726 yards, 12 touchdowns.
Described as lanky. Right? We were on the field, and Paul, you said, boy, Coach, he looks lanky.
Very lanky, but athletic looking.
And that he does. I mean, he is not hard to miss. He's every bit of 6'6".
Oh, absolutely.
And Pottsville's got some other weapons also.
Talk about senior number 15, Mason Barnes, 47 catches on the year, 829 yards, 13 touchdowns. Let's do a little math here, Coach. Yost has 33 touchdowns. 25 of them went to that 1-2 punch, Schenk and Barnes.
They're big play people. They've been around a long time. And listen, when you see tonight and hear us talking, it's senior on both sides of the ball. There's only one starter, and it's the same person offensively and defensively for the Crimson Tide who is not a senior, and that's Bobby Walchuk.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Crimson Tide defense. I'm going to turn that over to you. They are ball hawks on that defense.
They are ball hawks. Very aggressive 4-3 style defense led by their trio of linebackers. You've got Lucas Drum, you've got Joey Ferraro, and you've got Bobby Walchuk. Between the three of them, folks, over 305 tackles. And not only that, as we've done these games all year, it's the only time all season where all three linebackers in their aggressive 4-3 scheme have registered tackles for loss, sacks, fumbles, and interceptions. So they are very active. Defense is highly aggressive. Defensive line might be the best Jersey Shore's seen all season. In the secondary, Mason Barnes back there, I believe number 15, 9 interceptions, 2 of them went to the house. So Pottsville, while they can put the points on the board throughout the playoffs and beating Bethlehem Central Catholic, Allentown Central Catholic, and Wilson, it's been their defense that has stepped up to the task.
Well, like any coach will tell you, and this coach right here, defense wins championships. Let's turn the ball over to Tom Gravish's Jersey Shore Bulldogs. We saw them earlier in the year down at Bucknell University. Tanner Lorson, he gets better and better every game. 2,806 yards. 27 touchdowns. Let's just talk about something else. If that isn't stunning enough, how about 1,116 yards on the ground, 21 touchdowns, 48 touchdowns. Dan Marino did that in the season throwing.
Well, we were in our production meeting tonight, and we were talking about that, and Paul thought that I got there a little bit early and maybe had one or two things I shouldn't have had to drink, but that is no lie right there. 21 touchdowns on the ground,
amazing.
27 through the air, and we got to meet this young man earlier in the week on touchdowns and tailgates, as all the players are from Shore, and Coach Gravish, just quality kids, but he certainly makes the entire cog go. And, so it's going to be the spread option, the read option, and the passes off of that tonight for Tom Gravish, and I don't know how much of that Pottsville's seen at this caliber that Shore's going to present them with it this year.
Larson, a super humble kid. wishing him only the best. Good things happen to good people. Running the ball, speaking of two good guys, Josh Malicki at over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, and Dawson Sechrist, 362 yards. A little change of pace back. He has 5 touchdowns on the year. I called him a scat back. I remember the last time. He's far from a scat back, but he's quick on his feet. He is the fastest Bulldog on the team.
Yeah, he does run with the big dogs. He runs by them also. So, hey, a 1-2 punch there. And again, just similar to Pottsville, they're good all the way around. They're good enough to beat you on the ground, and they're good enough to beat you in the air, and they've got a couple dynamic receivers of their own.
Well, let's talk about them when Lorson is under pressure. He's looking for super sophomore number 24, Caden Hess, 57 catches on the year, 723 yards, and a touchdown, or the senior-led number 81, Stanton Westland. He has almost 1,000 yards. He's 9 yards short. He has 11 touchdowns. They are the top 2 receivers for Tanner Larson. They have over 100 receptions, Coach, between the two of them.
Excuse me. And one of the things we noticed when we were down watching them in the end zone, Jersey Shore receivers are very well coached. Every single one of them made catches with their hands, looking the ball in the end zone, tucking it in. Just small things, little things that you do fundamentally that add up to big things, and these guys are top of the heap here, Paul. There's going to be 2 good teams, 2 good sets of athletes going at it.
Well, let's talk about the bite in that Bulldog defense. For you, they're led.
Well, they're led by their linebackers. You've got Mr. Dawson Sechrist. Don't let his size fool you at 5'9", 175 pounds. Here's one for you: 158, 158. Tackles on the season.
Wow, and that leads the region here by far.
By far. It leads a large part of the region by far. He is all over the place, super excitable, a very aggressive young man. Jersey Shore also has gotten great play up front as of late, so something to take a look at today is how Shore's front 4 defensively is going to handle Pottsville's very large offensive line.
Well, great preview, Coach, as always. There's only one thing left to do. Go to the refrigerator, grab something warm to drink tonight, as temperature will be in the lower 30s. The game is on next. It's the Crimson Tide and the Bulldogs. It's coming up at the top of the hour. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Danville High School, the site for tonight's Quad A quarterfinal game between the Pottsville Crimson Tide and the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. Jersey Shore has 1 to toss, and they will receive the ball.
Bulldogs, number 7,
Cam Allison back deep for the Bulldogs.
15, Owen Anderson.
And Owen Anderson. DeCello will kick it off.
Number 9, Jace Carabello Snowell.
Here's the kick underway, and it's a short kick. Bounces free at the 30, picked up by a Jersey Shore. Up back, that's Cam Allison, and up to the 35-yard line. That's where Tanner Larson and the Jersey Shore offense will start.
Kickoff taken by Cameron Allison. Ball marked on the 35-yard line.
Shore's going to open up 4 wide. Lone step back is Malicki. First down at the 35-yard line. Larson will operate from the gun. In motion is Anderson. Larson back to pass. Looking. Throws deep for Westland. He's got a step and just overshot him at the 30-yard line. Coach Stanlin Westland had a step on Mason Barnes. Tanner Larson just overshot him to start the game off.
It appeared that way. It looks as if Mr. Barnes underestimated Stanton's speed, and Jersey Shore disconnects on their first play.
Up-tempo game once again, 4 wide. Larson back to pass. Larson throws and knocked down. We talked earlier about that size on that defensive line. That's big number 11.
Yeah, that's Kevin Schenk. That's our 6'6" lanky defensive end. It almost had an interception to start the game off.
And what are you teaching there, Coach? To fill the lane there, put your hands up?
If you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up in the air and affect the trajectory to the pass.
3rd down and 10. Larson under pressure. Down he goes at the 34-yard line. Sacked on the play by the Crimson Tide. And it'll be 3 and out for Jersey Shore to start off the game.
And that's that defensive line.
Brings up a 4th down at 12.
And we talked about Jersey Shore having to accommodate, and they brought in an extra quicker defensive tackle that time who ended up making the sack for Pottsville.
Anderson on the punt. Off the side of his foot and out of bounds. Looks like the Tide is going to be starting in Jersey Shore territory at the 46-yard line is where they'll set it for play. And that's where Damon Yost and the Pottsville offense will take over. Great field position, 11:16 to go, just underway. Quarterfinals here in Quad A. Pottsville's going to have two receivers now to the top of your screen.
An I formation out of a pistol. That's interesting, and they're opening up with the blast.
Handoff to DeCello. Nothing there.
Guess who?
Tackle, that's number 32 in on that. 33, excuse me. That's Dawson Seacrest.
Add another one.
It'll be a gain of 1 on the play. Actually, a loss of 1. It's going to be 2nd and 11, Coach.
That'll be interesting to see how Coach Gravis decides to defend Mr. Schenk with his size, if they're going to double him or press him off the line of scrimmage.
Barnes
tonight.
in motion, looks to pass. Here's the Mason Barnes, incomplete. He was guarded by Owen Anderson, just a little outside. Both teams seem a little nervous here, Coach.
Well, it's the opening jitters. Even though it's real cold outside, you still have the jitters on the inside here, and it's quarterfinal game. And
3rd and 11 now for the Tide.
Obviously both of these teams don't want their season to end, but it's playoff football, so there's no tomorrow for one of these teams.
3rd and 11 for the Tide. Big defensive stand here for the Bulldogs. If they can stop them, 3 wide now for Pottsville. Schenk, Barnes, and Mullins to the top of your screen. Pottsville.
Jersey Shore's not aligned right. We'll see if Pottsville catches them.
Yost rolling out. Now cuts back. Has some room. Keeps it. Up to the 40. He's very close to a first down,
that'll
Coach.
Be a first down for got it on that second effort. And he picked up a pretty good block downfield, and we saw that coming from up here. Jersey Shore played it well initially, but we saw Yost half sprinting in pregame. You're going to have to stay in your lanes if you're going to keep him from doing what he just did all night. And he's a good enough athlete to do it. He'll take off and run.
They looked a little confused on defense, as you said, when the ball was snapped.
They were one player short to the trip side of the formation.
Once again, 3 wide for Pottsville. Mullins now back in the backfield, pro set. Handoff to Mullins. Mullins running to the left, cuts back. Running room, spin move, and down close to the 28-yard line. He'll be a little short of the first down. Sets up 2nd and short. 9:53 to go in the opening quarter. Pottsville moving the ball.
Kirshner and Allison on the stop.
2nd down and 2. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Pottsville going from left to right on your screen.
Now Jersey Shore's aligned to it where they've got Matt.
Little bubble screen to Mullins. Cuts back inside the 25 and down close to the 20. That'll be another first down for the Tide.
And Jersey Shore had it defended, but safety Owen Anderson, they were in a man-free coverage that time, and he had him one-on-one and missed the tackle, which allowed Pottsville to gain some extra yards. Those things can't happen tonight. You catch the ball, they're going to have to tackle the receivers right at the spot of the catch.
New set of downs for the Tide. 9:13 to go. Opening quarter, offset I for Pottsville. Handoff to DeCello. DeCello quick, getting to the corner, and he has it. Cuts back at the 20, 15, 10, and he is tackled, but another first down for the Tide, and they are picking up yards in chunks.
Yeah, let's watch that one again if we can. You're going to see an off-tackle sweep play almost here from the Crimson Tide, sweep-type action. Watch how they're able to get the corner, seal the end, lead with the lead back, and DeCello very quick downfield for a big gain. It's the second time they've run that play. That time DeCello took it and bounced it outside. He really has a choice there where he wants to take that ball.
And he's very, very quick. He got to that corner really fast.
Very decisive, Paul.
In motion is Barnes. Backs in an eye, handoff to DeCello. Nothing doing there. Big hit.
DeCello in the carry.
Might have lost a yard there. Couldn't see who the number there. 57.
Carter Peacock, a sophomore. A big sophomore at that. 6'2", 240 pounds for the Dogs.
Ball marked at the 11, 1st and goal, or 2nd and goal.
Second down and goal now back at the 11-yard line. They're going to give them a loss of a yard. Pottsville now going to spread the field.
And now look for them to take everybody out of the game except for number 11 with his size.
Yep,
and look
there
for,
it is.
And there's the
quick
slant
post.
to him, and he's going to score.
And he's in for the touchdown. Kevin Shank. Take a look at that on the replay, Coach. Single coverage there.
We just called it. We saw them doing it in pregame. When you have a 6'6" receiver, one of the things that gives us away is watch how they split him by himself all the way to the right. You've got one-on-one coverage against Brett Guthrie.
And no one in the middle of the field.
No one in the middle of the field. Jersey Shore's in a man, and they burn him with the slant. And you know, Brett Guthrie had good coverage there, but listen, you're going up against a 6'6" receiver.
DeCello on for the extra point. Left-footed kicker. Snap, spot, kick is up, kick is good. 7:58 to go, first quarter. Pottsville draws first blood here tonight in Danville. We'll be right back. That's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Blaze Alexander here, and I'm getting ready for hunting season with my dog Lyle. Lyle and I don't want you getting stuck in the woods with your old truck, so why not come into one of our dealerships and check out all these different brands of trucks that we have for you. The all-new Ford Ranger, Ram, Nissan Titan, Gladiator, F-150, Chevy Heavy Duty, Colorado, GMC, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Tundra. See them all today at blazetrucks.com.
All right, welcome back, Coach. 11-yard touchdown, Yost to Shank, 7-0 Pottsville.
Correct. Drive marked by a couple of big plays. I mean, Shore had them in 3rd and 11, and the quarterback keep there on the run, on the scramble, allowed them to get the first down, and then obviously the big slant play.
Fielded at the 25, 30, up to about the 38-yard line. Cam Allison again on the return.
Cameron Allison on the return.
That's where Tanner Larson will start. They had good field position last time. They had a man running deep on that first play. It was Westland. Let's see if they go back to that play. Pottsville had absolutely no help in the middle of the field on that play, and they're up close again, Coach. What do they got here defensively?
I think it looks like a man-free coverage here.
Safety, the only person to float there. Larson back to pass, throws, almost picked off.
Yeah, he dropped into a zone, and that time the outside linebacker was there. Bobby Walchuk had that ball go through his hands. If he catches that, he's in the end zone the other way, and it's a 13-0 game.
Now, offensively, Coach, when they're dropping into the zone, where are you looking at your receivers to sit?
Where you always tell your receivers, if they're a side-adjust team, to run where there is nobody. So right there, just like Westland did, Stanton pulled up and stopped because he saw some opening in green grass, and that's what you want to do.
And we watched Westland warming up down there. He got really good hands, and that's a first down of the game, 7:42 to go. Up-tempo again for Jersey Shore, 4 wide. Larson run a little bit of the option, pitch to Malicki, maybe gained a yard.
Yeah, Walchuk played that very well. He committed very quickly, and he forced the Jersey Shore slot back to not block him. If he would have, it would have been a block in the back.
Once again, 4 wide for Jersey Shore. Larson back to pass, little shoulder fade, looking for Westland down, incomplete, simply ran out of room. Flags flew.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a hold on Jersey Shore here.
I thought one of the receivers moved, but let's see what they call
we'll
her.
See. Chop block. It was something where they threw the flag.
And that's just a drive killer right there. That's going to push him back.
Oh, you're just making things, a lot harder on yourself. There's, like I said, but Jersey Shore's good enough to get out of these situations with their receivers. And don't look for Coach Gravish to get all this back in one play. Crossing patterns are good here if Pottsville presents a man coverage. And the stop pattern that they just ran over here to Westland, same thing.
Okay.
So this is what we call an even formation now, where there's 2 receivers to each side.
It's going to be second and long. In motion is Anderson. Larson rolling, pitches.
Fumble
on the play, picked up by Schenk. And Pottsville is now cooking with gas. They are out at the 15-yard line. Coach, you said not all at once. Bad pitch, bad handoff, turnovers.
Let's
check that replay. What happened here, Coach? Take us through it.
Well, this is just an option play from Jersey Shore. It's a good pitch, and it's dropped.
Shank disrupted it right
disrupted it, like we talked about, the aggressive defense. That time, Pottsville decided to play what's called a little bit of a cat and mouse and make a decision. And unfortunately, you got a turnover, and sure not off to a good start here, Paul.
1st and 10 at the 15. Yost rolling, cuts back. Same as he had that big run, and down he goes this time. He'll be sacked. He was looking for Mason Barnes. He was covered.
He was, but I'll tell you who wasn't covered, and that was Shank. Number 11 was all by himself in the flat, but he didn't see him, and I don't know how he missed him.
Well, Coach, you've coached enough games. What do you do with a receiver like Shank? Do you try to jam him off the line? Do you let him run free? What do you do to stop someone that's 6'6"?
Well, I think you've got to do a little bit of both. You've got to mix it up. You've got to try and take him out of his game. Now, notice how wide Pottsville's wide receivers are split here from their tackles.
Here Yost, handoff to DeCello. DeCello cutting back. Nothing doing there. Right in the heart of that Jersey Shore defense. Going to be 3rd and long. Big play here for the Bulldogs.
It is a big play, and I'll tell you what. You know, Jersey Shore, once again, very disruptive by Sechrist in the backfield. DeCello's good enough to make a jump cut by him to even get back to the line of scrimmage. Let me tell you quickly why this is big. Pottsville, 14 games, no field goal attempts.
Absolutely. It's going to be 3rd and 12 back at the 17-yard line. Now Barnes to the bottom of your screen. 2 receivers to the top. In motion is Mullins. Yost back to pass. He's being pressured. He's starting to run, throws out of the backfield to Mullins, and he caught it at the 10-yard line. He's going to be short of the 1st down, but again, Damon Yost with his legs, giving himself time. He found Mullins coming out of the backfield, and now it's 4th and manageable here. They're going to go for this.
Well, yeah, their kicking game doesn't exist. At least they haven't tried it, so you got to think after, in the 14th game, if they haven't tried a field goal, there's not too much confidence. But exactly what you would expect from a senior quarterback. Bought his time and really put a nice touch pass that time.
Yeah, he had him coming out of the backfield after he was in motion. Now 3 wide for Pottsville to the left. Yost back to pass, throws,
again.
pass to Mullins, and he's in for caught him at the 1-yard line there. A lot of misdirection with those receivers running across the field, crossing pattern there.
Watch it again, Paul.
Yeah, let's watch that. Yeah,
we're talking.
1st and goal.
See a lot of college and NFL teams doing this on Saturdays and Sundays, where the receivers are down and now comes back out while the other 2 receivers drag across
to drive the safety with them.
Safety and the backer with them and corner with them. And they got one-on-one coverage with the linebacker there, and he simply beat him too fast. Mullins is quick.
Yost under center. Here's a handoff to DeCello, and he's going to lose a couple of yards again. There's been nothing up the middle with that Jersey Shore defense.
No, and that's another tackle for Sechrist. That's at least his 3rd and at least 2 disruptions all over the place. They're not, he's too quick. They're not laying a pad on him.
Well, 4:26 to go, clock running in the 1st quarter. The story of this quarter has been big plays by Pottsville on 3rd down. Handoff to the up back this time, and he is in for the end zone for the touchdown. Couldn't see who got that, Coach.
We'll get it
a fullback
here. It's one of the fullbacks. It was Bobby Walchuk, number 3. And that'll add to his totals. And that's a guy who's rushed for almost 600 yards this year, his 7th touchdown. And we talked about it in the opening. They both have complementary backs to go with their big back, if you will, yardage-wise. Both of these teams, and nothing like giving the ball to the old-fashioned fullback dive. Get the ball in the end zone. You don't see it much.
Zello on for the extra point is up, and it is good right down the middle. That's a Park Pizza touchdown. 4:13 to go. 1st quarter, all tied, 14-0.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Don't ever settle. Demand the best. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan with the best selection of new Nissans, the best quality pre-owned vehicles, the best service, and best of all, the Blaze Alexander low price guarantee. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan, and we dare you to find a better dealer. Don't ever settle. Demand the best. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan, because at Blaze Alexander Nissan, we're taking deals the other guys won't.
All right, we are back here. Scores from around the area. Muncie and Lackawanna Trail tied at 7, Coach. We did Muncie last week, 49-0 win, and 7-0.
Yeah, must be playing with some confidence against the Lions.
Short kick again, up at the 40-yard line, taken by one of the up men, and that's where Tanner Lorson will start over.
Anderson again, Paul. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
man.
you're good. 15, Anderson.
I think sure. While it's too early yet in the game to panic, they've got to get a couple first downs here, Paul. They've got to get some kind of resemblance of an offense going, a little bit of continuity. So now they're in a pro-I formation.
Backs in an I formation. Lorson's going to take this one under center. In motion is Westland. Here's a pitch, running wide, flags fly. Malicki cuts back to the line of scrimmage, nothing else.
No.
Pottsville.
Very quick to the ball, Paul. There were at least 5 white Crimson Tide jerseys over there.
Well, Coach, we've done 14 games this year. This is our 14th game. And as like 4 minutes and 1 second left in the first quarter, Pottsville is by far so far the best team we have seen in this first quarter.
Well, I think not only from a physical and rugged standpoint, but just their speed and quickness.
Very, very quick to the ball, very quick on offense. And, I mean, there's a long way to go here.
Yep.
We're only 8 minutes into this game here, but I'll tell you what, I'm very impressed with the athletes Pottsville has and a senior-laden team here for the Crimson Tide. It's going to be 1st and 15 after the penalty now. Larson's going to be under center again. In motion is Westland. Larson pitch. Here comes a double reverse. Nope, fake it. Going to keep and gain about 4 on the play. Back to almost the original line of scrimmage. Sets up a 2nd and 11. Josh Malicki, the ball carrier.
Yeah, Joey Ferraro is there again one more time along with Walchuk. And you're going to hear us calling those backers' names all night long.
Everybody up in the box for this one. Larson pitches. Here comes the pressure. Trying to get to the outside is Malicki. One man misses, and he simply ran out of room there. They strung it out, and he's going to lose yardage on the play, Coach.
He is, and Pottsville just kept stringing it out, and eventually strong safety Connor Williams came up and made the tackle. They're very well disciplined so far.
I know it's going to be hard to get a replay on this one. We won't be able to, but they had like 6 guys in the box there. Back to pass is Larson. Larson, little shoulder fake, under pressure, throws out of the backfield, incomplete and well defended by number 17.
And there was simply nowhere to go. That was Joey Ferraro, the inside linebacker, I believe.
Yep.
And they had man coverage across the board, and they were very patient in keeping Larson in the pocket, and there was just nowhere to throw the ball. This is a big possession coming up right here, Paul, for Jersey Shore's defense.
We talked about it earlier. Nice crowd on hand now. The bleachers have filled in on the other side, and here on a cold night here, we were worried about the crowd getting here. Nice kick. Fielded by Barnes at the 25.
They better hem
Barnes
him in.
To the 20, 30. Cuts back to the 35, and he is hemmed in at about the 37-yard line. Pottsville will have their 3rd possession. First 2 have ended up in scores. 2:55 to go in the opening quarter. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back from Danville.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition.
All right, we are back here. 1st and 10, ball at the 38-yard line. Back to pass, Yost. A lot of time. Throws over the middle, complete to Mullins again. Came free all the way across the field. Down to the 42-yard line. Coach, you said in the break about the wind. Pottsville is going into the wind, but that time Yost got it right through the wind. He cut through it.
Well, we talked about his strong arm in the warm-ups, but even more so than that, he had at least 4.5 seconds, 5 seconds to throw the football. These receivers are just simply too quick and too skilled to have that much time, and they're all seniors.
Yeah, Mullins came across the field again. Yost from the gun. In motion is Sheck. Here's a handoff to Sheck. Running around the end, and good defense that time. Picked up about 3 yards inside the 40, down to the Bulldog 39-yard line. Going to be 2nd down here, and 2:40 to go in the first quarter. It's been all Pottsville, 14-0.
Yeah, Crimson Tide has taken advantage of everything they've been given turnover-wise, plus, earning that first touchdown on a couple of big 3rd down plays. But it's not often you see a speed sweep to a 6'6" receiver. Who's lanky, by the way?
Who's very lanky and athletic.
Notice again the split over here. Don't be surprised if they run a post and go.
Well, they run a post there. It's going to be a
here.
touchdown if they could get him here, because there's no one in the middle of the field again. Safety is all the way up, and a handoff to DeCello up the middle. It's going to be 3rd down.
An interesting call by the Tide there. Got 3 or 4 yards by DeCello. Again, deceiving running backs for Pottsville. DeCello's not a big human being, as you saw on the field, but he runs big.
Yeah, he's quick. He's very quick first step. Pottsville has not had any success running up the middle on Shore. It's around the ends that have killed him, and Yost having time has been detrimental here in the first quarter. And now it's 3rd and 6, big down for the Shore defense.
And now it looks like Barnes got man coverage on Guthrie.
Yost tucks it down, puts it on his hip, and he takes off, and he's going to be stopped there at the 40-yard line.
Anderson got him, Paul. Shore sent some heat, and they got there immediately. And they were going to try a double move on Brett Guthrie that time, who's got yeoman's duty tonight, taking care of trying to guard Mr. Barnes in man coverage. But great pressure that time by Shore. We'll see what Pottsville's going to do with the minute 36 and counting.
I'm going to ask you what you're going to do, Coach. You're coaching the team now. What are we doing?
I'm punting the ball.
You're going to punt?
Up 14-0 with the way my defense is playing? Absolutely. But I'm not the coach.
And they're going to go for it. And I guess they're figuring they haven't been stopped yet. So 4th down and 7, Jersey Shore fans on their feet. 2 to the bottom of the screen, tight end in tight. Pass. Wide open is Schenk. That's a first down again. Simply used his body to shield off the defender. Was guarded by Malicki that time. Big size difference. 5'9" to 6'6".
Yeah, just a spot-up pattern by Pottsville. Again, Shore had great pressure. Seacrest in there again. But your senior quarterback, instead of panicking, stays in the pocket, throws a nice ball.
And that was his first read there. He didn't even look off his first read. He watched him
the
whole time. We got trips to the bottom of your screen. Tide going from left to right in your screen. Yost calls his own number. Around the end, cuts back. 20, gets to the corner. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. We're going to catch a replay at 28 yards.
Yeah.
Damon Yost to pay dirt. He made that happen.
Yeah, we're going to see. What we're going to see here is a quarterback counter trap. Last week we saw Muncie run it, the same blocking scheme, but they gave the ball to their tailback. Here you see Yost behind his guard and tackle, leading them down the field, and he's going to go in untouched. Jersey Shore's got some problems here, Paul, to be honest.
5 minutes to go, 51 seconds, to go in the first quarter. 20-0. Pottsville leads point after pending by DeCello. Snap high, spot kick down, up, kick is good. That's a Park Pizza touchdown, 28 yards out. Damon Yost hits pay dirt, 21-0 Tide. We'll be right back.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's, Loyal Sock, behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
All right, 7-7. Muncie and Lackawanna Trail, Coach, still tied in the second quarter. 51 seconds to go in the first frame here. 21-0 Tide. Big series here for the Bulldogs. Another short kick fielded by, this time it is Allison. Allison gets to the corner and up to the 46-yard line. Field position has not been a problem for Jersey Shore. It's moving the ball on that Pottsville defense.
Correct. They've had very little success. And, you would think maybe things would be a little different if they would have hit Westland on the very first play of the game. But after that, maybe one stop pattern to him, it's been all Pottsville on both sides of the ball.
Well, now they're going to go with 4 wide. Larson from the gun. He's thrown for 2,800 yards this year. You can see why. Handoff to Malicki.
Yeah, the interior of the Pottsville line, McLeod and Wallace are in there for Pottsville, both defensive tackle and nose guard.
I know it's the first quarter. It's 21-0. Is it too early to abandon the run?
No.
Ooh,
See, and air pressure that time came from Walchuk right in Tanner's face, and he had to get rid of the ball and unload it quickly. And now Shore's behind the chains again with the 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, and the bad part about this up-tempo offense, it's great when you're hitting on all cylinders.
Correct.
But incomplete passes, I mean, they've had the ball for 15 seconds.
Correct.
And it's third down. He might get offsides there on check. Here he comes from the blind side. Larson throws across his body, and incomplete intended for Anthony Schaefer, just a little too tall. And Shore's going to have to punt it away with 18 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Correct, and that they had the ball for exactly maybe what, 40 seconds?
Not
35
even,
seconds maybe?
Yep, they ran one play and 2 incomplete passes, and time to punt again. Owen Anderson on to kick.
And Pottsville, barring a turnover here, is going to get the second quarter with the wind.
A line drive kick. Barnes is going to field it at the 15. Tries the juke, cuts back across the grain, and down he goes. Good defense by Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Down to 10-yard, and there's a flag. Well, you know what? I'm going to blame the official on that one. He did not blow the whistle.
Yeah, that we couldn't hear it.
And you're taught, Coach, as you play what? Till the whistle blows.
Till the whistle blows.
And they did not blow the whistle on that one, and it's going to cost Jersey Shore a penalty there.
Yeah, and I believe that was our buddy Ryan Kirshner, who we talked to earlier in the week. I think that was him, 31, who made the tackle. You got to blow the whistle in that situation. You can't expect a player to just stop in midair.
No, you're coming 100 miles an hour, and you're looking to lay the smackdown, as the Rock would say.
Yeah,
the Jersey Shore fans don't like it, and I agree with them there. They're looking for a spark here. They're down 21-0. You're not going to get any favors here from the fans. But I'll tell you what, with 4 seconds to go in the first quarter, that penalty hurts because they had them inside the 10-yard line. Now the ball's out to the 26, and let's be honest, Coach, Shore has not stopped this offense yet.
No, they haven't.
And they will get the win next quarter when they switch. 2 to the bottom of your screen. Backs it off high. Hand off to DeCello. DeCello, big hole. Running room, juking back and up across the 40. Another first down.
Yeah, 16-yard gain on a trap play that time. Little misdirection by the quarterback and that he reverse pivoted opposite. They're a good football team, Paul, and they've proved it here in the first quarter.
Well,
they're on the move again.
We played one quarter here in Danville, 21-0 Pottsville. After a word from Fast Maz, we'll be back with quarter number 2.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at Fast Maz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
FastMaz.com.
Lift your knees. You got to get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You got to be here.
Hey everybody, we're back. Pottsville's got a first down on their 40-yard line. There's a little handoff over the right side to DeCello. He runs out of room, and probably Jersey Shore's best first down effort versus the run tonight. For no gain, it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. It'll be interesting to see if Jersey Shore can stop Pottsville tonight for the first time. The 2nd down and 10 for the Tide. And now they'll be playing with the wind to their back, and the wind has picked up since the game has started. We'll see if they want to air it out to a couple of their receivers. They're in a pistol eye this time. Pro set with Barnes. Split to the left. And a slant pattern to Barnes goes through his hands, incomplete. And he had some room to run that time if he would have caught it. It's 3rd down and 10. And for the third time tonight, Shore's got Pottsville backed up or playing against their advantage on a 3rd down with the 3rd down and 10. But it hasn't stopped them so far tonight as they've hit a slant pattern and a quarterback scramble to pick those yards up. So it'll be a big stop for Shore on his 3rd down. That was a play fake on that play, and they hit Mates on a delay pattern. The big tight end running an out pattern on the delay, pick up 9.5 yards, and it'll bring up 4th down and 1 for the Crimson Tide. And they went for it last time on 4th and 7. I don't see any reason why they're not going to go for it here. Maybe give the ball to their fullback, Bobby Walchuk. So another big down for the Dog defense here on a 4th and 1, just over midfield with 11:10 and counting to go in the second quarter. And there is the dive to Walchuk, and it will be a first down for the Crimson Tide. Excuse me, Joey Ferraro that time, not Walchuk.
Have your attention, please. A Toyota Highlander, license plate number KBG 3882. Your lights are on. A Volkswagen Passat, license number JXR.
It's another first down for Pottsville, who has owned all sorts of time of possession advantage here so far in the game tonight. Short trips into the boundary for the Tide. They put Ferraro in motion, another play fake. And good pressure by Jersey Shore that time, as he had Mates, his tight end, running wide open again on a flag pattern in the secondary, but didn't have time to get rid of the pass. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Tide.
Second down and 10 for Pottsville. Ball at the 48-yard line. 10:37 to go before the half. 21-0 Pottsville. Hand off to DeCello. Big loss on the play, Coach.
Yeah, great defense by Jersey Shore as Peacock was over there pursuing also along with the number Dalton Dunn that time to force him out of bounds. And Paul, you just same deal. Pottsville was able to get a first down, had another 4th down and short. Now they're playing against the chains again, but it doesn't seem to be stopping them as the clock continues to run. Under 10 minutes before halftime.
3rd and 13 now, 3 wide for the Tide. Yost rolling to his right, stops on a dime, throws across the field, incomplete. That's Shank trying to come back for the ball. Incomplete, and for the first time, Jersey Shore has stopped Pottsville.
That is correct, and that's a good sign for the Dogs.
Well, they got a proud defense there. They're not going to quit here.
So Colin Blankenhorn comes in to punt. Guess what? A senior. 31-yard average on the year. He's placed 3 inside the 20.
Good kick.
Yeah,
nice
good
high
kick.
Angling kick to the corner. Fielded by Anderson at the 20. Up the sidelines to the 23-yard line. And that's where Tanner Larson will start off. Once again, above the 30-yard line every single possession.
Good explosive running. I don't like to try to coach too much from up here, Paul, or second guess, but I think it's important that Jersey Shore keeps the ball for a little bit here.
Yeah, that defense is going to get tired.
It's way early in the game yet.
In motion is Hess. Hess is held without a catch. Up the middle goes Seacrest. Gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6.
Number 33, Seacrest on the carry.
Whistle's blowing. Another flag on the play?
We did.
That's against Jersey Shore.
Getting a lot of comments tonight.
Illegal motion on the Bulldogs.
Illegal shift against the Bulldogs.
Legal shift. And that's going to cost them.
Ball marked at the 28-yard line. 1st and 15.
Going to be 1st and 15 now. Larson under center. Back to pass. Looking. Here comes the pressure. Down he goes again.
Yeah, Pottsville's too quick up front. Chris Wallace and McLeod all over him.
You talked earlier, Coach, in the open. Pottsville has 2 losses this year.
Correct.
One was to North Schuylkill.
Correct.
Okay.
Who still might be playing
right.
if they didn't have that horrific tragedy happen with one of their starters and very good players.
Yeah, Jaden Libby, the quarterback, injured on a defensive play. Nonetheless, our thoughts and prayers are with the Libby family. The community has really rallied behind them. Hess up, and that is picked off. Picked off by number 5.
Eric Kreiner.
Kreiner,
He's got some room
cutting
to
it
run.
back, and he's got some wheels on him, and he is inside the Shore 30-yard line. Just underthrown on that one, Coach, into the wind.
Yep.
Ball held up a long time. Underthrown pass, and that's a turnover.
It is, and it's ball hawking defense, and that's the young man's 4th interception.
Let's check
of
the
the
replay
game.
on that one. What happened there, Coach?
Well, they're looking to go deep here, but they're throwing into the wind, and Pottsville, the defensive back, Kreiner, just makes the play and is able to pull the ball down, went up and got it, and had a lot of room to run. So Pottsville's knocking at the door again. Another short turnover, though.
First and down, 10-4, Pottsville. Little screen out of the backfield, in and out of the hands of Barnes. Barnes has not caught a pass yet.
No.
And the score is still 21-0. And Barnes is their leading receiver with 47 receptions on the year. They've been going to Mr. Schenk.
Well, the person that's really, really hurt them, Schenk got
Mullins.
Schenk got the slant for the touchdown, but Mullins is the one that's burned them a couple times.
And Mullins has been lining up all over the field. He's
Correct.
been lining up as tight end. You've been seeing him line up as split end. He's lined up out in the backfield, and they haven't had an answer for Mullins. DeCello up the middle.
There's that trap play again that Pottsville's been running and having pretty good success with, and they run a couple different variations of it.
It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Another time for Jersey Shore's defense to stand tall, 8:28 to go.
They've been on the field the whole game for the most part.
Before the half. Yeah, they have been on a long time. Thanks for spending your Friday night on WebWeeklyLive.com. Paul Bowe, Rich Salonis calling the game here from Danville.
Look for a slant here.
Yost back to pass, under pressure, and down he goes. They brought him all.
Now Seacrest again. They can't block him. They can't block that stun. If we take another look at that, you'll see that Pottsville, for whatever reason, their pass protection, they're having a very difficult time blocking Dawson Seacrest. It's at least his 3rd sack tonight. And there he comes, just an A or B gap blitz, and no one's touching him. We can't see exactly what gap because we're off to the side, but he's been having a field day and forcing Yost to make quick decisions.
7:38 to go, 4th and 18 now. Pottsville's going to go for it here, and why not? Trips to the right. Yost back to pass, looks, throws downfield.
Way out of bounds. Good defense by Brett Guthrie. Senior cornerback over there, used the sidelines. Very well done.
I know you're up 21-0, Coach, there, but going for that now, you just gave Jersey Shore great field position again, and it's high school football. You've been saying this since week 1. One play can turn around a game.
Absolutely. Jersey Shore's got playmakers of their own. I punt there personally, especially with the wind at your back. Put Shore in another pressure situation if you're Pottsville. But let's hope the Bulldogs take advantage of it here.
They're going to go 5 wide here to start. Larson back to pass, quick hitter. Up and complete for a gain.
Right. That's Stanton Westland, right? On a little stop pattern, and
yep, has his 2nd reception in the game.
And match up there with Barnes came up and made the tackle.
Up tempo again, 4 wide this time. Larson pitches to Malicki. Malicki cuts back, 1st down across the 50.
Here we go. Jersey Shore, I believe, is that their first down of the game? If
Second,
not, second.
1st down, yep.
Number 30 picks up a 1st down.
Once again, hurry up offense, 5 wide again. Larson back to pass, looks the other way. Everyone is covered. He is flushed out.
Oh,
now
he's got a step.
He's got Hess down the
Yep,
sidelines. And what a catch, juggling by Caden Hess. We're definitely going to take a look at that on our Web Weekly replay. He got behind the defender, Coach.
He did. He bought some time on the scramble. You watch it down on the bottom of your screen here. As Larson's buying some time. Now he spots Hess down the sideline, and watch the concentration off the tip. Great job.
Larson now cutting back inside the 15, down to the 10-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal. Excuse me, 2nd down. A little short there, 2nd down. And Jersey Shore is going with a hurry up here. 6:38 to go, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 11-yard line. 4 wide for the Bulldogs. Pitch to Malicki. Malicki trying to get to the corner, and he does. He has the first down inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal, Coach.
I don't know if he's got it or not, Paul. It's really, really close. I think that stop and start cost them. He's going to be a little short.
You got the eagle eye there. He is going to be a little short. It's going to be 3rd and short. What are you calling here?
I'd be in an eye and give the ball to the fullback twice or sneak it at right under center.
It's less
You've
than
got
a
to
yard.
get the first down here.
It's definitely 2-down territory here. Less than a yard to go. 4 wide for the Bulldogs. Malicki the lone setback. Lorson from the gun. Lorson keeps it himself. Now rolls. Tries to get to the corner to the outside 10. 5 cuts back, and he is in for the touchdown. Tanner Lorson from 10 yards out, and Jersey Shore is on the board.
And there you go, Paul, exactly what you said. Pottsville had them. They could have punted, put Shore back deep. They left the door open, and let's go Dogs. They took advantage of it here. Let's get the extra point and get this closer at halftime.
Cam Allison on for the extra point.
Number 24, Caden Hess holding.
Caden Hess will hold. High snap down. Kick up. His kick is partially blocked, but I think it went through.
Just made it.
And it did. Partially tipped there. 21-7. That's a Park Pizza touchdown. Bulldogs on the board.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. For those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
All right, Coach, we are back here at Danville. The Bulldogs on the board, 21-7. Tide still leads, 5:47 to go in the half, but they've cut the lead down to 14 and a big, big drive.
Big drive.
A little chip here for maybe a partially onside kick. Ball's on the turf, and Pottsville's
got
on it. Tell you what, we're really high above the press box here, so it's windy up here. But that wind on the field looks to be playing a little bit of havoc with the ball.
Well, the wind picked up quite a bit since when we were down on the field pregame.
Yeah, we were here for about an hour on the field, walking around, watching the warm-ups here. Wasn't much wind at all down at the field now, but as you said, Coach, it really picked up here. Wind about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Now here, down in the field, 5:44 to go. Yost back to pass. Yost looking, throws over the middle. Incomplete. Good
Great defense by Brett Guthrie again. And can you feel the momentum turning just a little bit here?
A little bit here.
Still plenty of time left. Both teams have their full complement of timeouts left.
And the longer Jersey Shore stays in this game, the more confidence they're having after that drive. And now a good defensive play sets up 2nd and 10. 5:39 to go before the half. Ball at the 39-yard line. Tide going from right to left. 2 receiver set. Yost pitches wide. Mullins trying to get to the end. Oh, big hit!
See, Kristen, there should be a penalty there on DeCello for kicking.
Yep, they're going to call
it. Or on
penalty.
Mullins, excuse me, for kicking. And boy, he came out of nowhere. If we could see that again, that would be great. Tell you, he's a tackling machine for a reason, Paul. He's having a fine football game.
Absolutely. And this is exactly what Pottsville does not want to happen.
Watch the play develop. Mullins is coming, trying to find a place to run, and out of nowhere comes Mr. Seacrest, and then a little extracurricular activity, which you don't want if you're the Crimson Tide, but hey, they've got themselves in a hole now.
2nd and 29, ball back at the 20-yard line, excuse me. 5:28 to go. Yost, change of direction. Screen pass out of the backfield to DeCello. DeCello turns it up to the 30. And he is going to be pushed out right above the 32-yard line there. Good
Boy,
safe
what
pass.
an effort by Peacock. That's a defensive lineman running down the back from the backside. It is a good safe pass, Paul. It's just rare that you see a defensive lineman make that kind of an effort.
It's going to be 4th down and punting formation for the Tide. This is big here if you're a Bulldog fan. They can get right back into this ball game with 4:52 to go before the half. Snap and a nice kick again. Anderson lets it bounce and fields it at the 35. Backtracks to the 30. Sidesteps up to the 35 and back where he started, up at the 35-yard line. Jersey Shore will take over with 4:38 to go in the half. We're going to stay right here, Coach.
Well, you know, we've done this for 14 weeks and try not to say the same thing every week, but we're covering high school football, and it is what it is. You know, you let doors open sometimes. Sometimes the door closes. Sometimes people walk through them. And Jersey Shore's got an opportunity here to make this into a real close ball game.
Shore's going to open up 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Larson from the gun. Quick bubble screen to Hess. Oh, good defensive play.
Walchuk was right there.
Right there. Read that like a comic book. Right there, and it's a yard loss on the play.
Number 24 in reception. That's a 2-yard loss.
I'm speechless. Once again, great line, Paul.
2nd down and 11. Larson, strong arm across the field to to Westland.
Yeah, it's good effort by Westland to break a tackle for a little bit, drag a Crimson Tide defender into a very manageable 3rd and short. Shore's run option here a couple times on this down. Let's see if they run it again.
Under 4 minutes to go. Runs the option, pitch to Malicki. Got to go straight ahead, and he does, and I think he's short, Coach.
Well, it depends on where they spot it. And
you got the eagle eye. What do you think?
I think they're going to spot him. This is really close. It's a little bit short.
Number 30, Josh Malicki on the carry.
Let's see. They're going to call for a measurement here.
No, they're short.
They're going for it here.
Well, I would go for it here. I would sneak it.
I'd sneak it with Larson. He's 6 foot. There's 3 feet in the yard. Even my idiot math knows that. I'd go right over the tackle here. He's barking, trying to draw him off, and first down.
Now, I'll tell you, now might not be a bad time for a screen pass.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the way Pottsville's been pressuring on first down.
Once again, Barnes single coverage on Westland. He has not been able to stay with him here. And now they're going to have 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Larson rolling that way, looking, throws, strong arm again. Pass is complete. As Anderson went down on the turf and got his hands underneath it. And that'll set up a 2nd down and 2.
And Pottsville's playing his zone coverage there, and they just stopped and curled up in front of it.
Larson showing why he threw for 2,800 yards. Larson looking down the sidelines. Pass complete. He got his foot down. Is that Westland?
No, it's not, Paul. I think it was Anthony Schaefer.
Anthony Schaefer. We saw them running that play in warm-ups.
That's an option pass. They make it look like it's going to be a lead option on the run, and then he drops back and throws it.
Larson rolling, trying to buy time, steps up and runs the ball.
One of the things that's always interested me here, I found fascinating, is, you know, you don't have to take timeouts offensively. You know, Pottsville's been on their heels defensively the last 2 series. Why not get a timeout? Get your kids over to the sideline. Calm them down.
Trips to the right. In motion is Anderson. Back to pass is Larson. He's being pressured. Nice block. Gives him some time, and a pass complete to Westland. Down at the 10-yard line.
Number 24, Kate.
It's Hess again.
Hess, excuse me.
That's all right. We're getting to a spot where we got the...
It's hard to see. We're looking at the roof here. I thought that was 81. I don't know how 24 looks like 81. Larson on the keeper. He'll have the first down now.
Larson on the carry.
It's going to be 1st and goal, Coach.
From the 9 for the Bulldogs, who have turned this into a ball game. We got a good one brewing here now, Paul.
2 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the half.
Plenty of time.
Clock running. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Larson from the gun. Play action, throws, pass complete at the 5, stretching for the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. And the crowd is going absolutely bananas here.
And they should.
In Danville.
And that's Owen Anderson in for the short touchdown.
Let's take a look at that, Coach. Draw it up.
Well, Paul, I'll do my best. I didn't get a chance to see it because of the corner of the building that was in my way here, but I think you're going to see Anderson to the right run an out pattern. There he goes right now. He breaks it off.
Right from the slot, right
Lorson
to the out.
hits him right in stride, and they were running those patterns.
Point after is good by Allison. 21-14, 1:54 to go before the half. It's a Park Pizza touchdown. New game here in Danville. We'll be right back.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
Lyle's no driver, that's for sure.
Coach, we're back here, and we got ourselves a ball game here in Danville. 21-14, Pottsville clinging to that lead. That is Mullins with the ball.
Number 22, Addison Mullins.
Up across the 22-yard line, 1:48 to go. Last two series for the Tide have not been good.
Jersey Shore's taking the ball game over.
I'll tell you what, if they can get a stop here, you go down, hey, going down by 7 points and a half, Tom Gravish has got to be happy after that disaster first quarter. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 32-yard line, 1:42 to go in the half. Ball, Rich Salonis here high above Danville Stadium on WebWeeklyLive.com. Here's the pitch to DeCello. Right around the end he goes, and 8 yards on first down. Boy, Kevin DeCello really quick, Coach.
Once he makes his mind up, he's very, like I said earlier, he's very decisive on where he wants to go with his run path.
He's actually going to mark him up about 6 yards. I thought he got about 8. It's 2nd down and 4.
Clock stopped. Both teams still have 3 timeouts left.
And Pottsville will receive the second half kickoff as George started off the game winning the toss. Mason Barnes still without a reception. Handoff to, I believe that is Mullins.
And Peacock
on
gets
the
the tackle, but guess who made the play? Mr. Seacrest again in the backfield immediately.
Dawson Seacrest playing a great game here tonight for the Bulldogs. He's been all over the field. 3rd down and 5, big down here for the Crimson Tide. I think we're going to get a timeout on the field here.
Well, no, I was just going to say, I was going to wonder why Shore didn't call a timeout.
Somebody called a timeout.
You don't want that time to run off the clock, but we didn't see anybody signal for a timeout,
well,
and then the official stopped the clock.
We got a timeout on the field.
From somebody.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after a word from Blaze Alexander.
Lyle's no driver, that's for sure. But he will tell you that Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed.
All right, Coach, 3rd down and 6. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Clock running. Maybe it was a timeout. Maybe it was an equipment timeout. I'm not sure. The clock is running now, so it couldn't have been a timeout. Barnes turned up a little early,
yeah,
and there's
that's
the
coming
flag.
back as he did turn up field early. A big gain for the Crimson Tide's going to be negated.
And you say you can turn up early only when you're north of the border.
That's correct. If you're in Saskatchewan, there's not an issue.
Shout out to the Rough Riders, Coach.
Speaking of which, Coach Pearson, if you're listening, big Canadian football fan, was watching the Western Final last week. Blue Bombers and the Saskatchewan Rough Riders.
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Yep.
Didn't that, I think Warren Moon played for them,
Yes,
didn't
he
he?
did.
I believe he did.
Yes,
How's
he
that
did.
for a little trivia, Coach?
You know it. You even know your CFL.
I do know my CFL. That's going to be 3rd and 11 now. Back at the 31-yard line, 1:04 to go. Big play for the Shore defense. Crowd behind them. 4 wide here now for Pottsville as the tight end kicks out. Yost back to pass. Yost looking. Pass is intercepted. Intercepted!
Great interception by Brett Guthrie. Stepped right in front of that pass as if he knew the pattern was coming. Let's take another look at it.
Well, they ran that pattern about 3 times, and Guthrie says not this time as he picked it off.
Yeah, senior versus senior.
Big interception for the Bulldogs.
Watch, you're going to run a stop pattern or a comeback, and Brett steps right in front of it. Textbook defensive pass coverage that time by the Bulldogs, and they're in business.
All right, here come the Bulldogs. Anderson in motion. Larson rolling this way. Larson throws. Pass complete. Up at the 43-yard line to Owen Larson. Pushed out of bounds. Short gain. Owen Anderson reception.
And now the wind has stopped, actually, Paul.
Yeah, the
flags are dead. So listen, even a field goal here, if you can get yourself in position,
Larson
is
back
a good
to
thing.
pass. Buying time. Throws. Incomplete. Just threw that one away.
A smart move by Larson. There was nowhere to go that time. Pottsville had great coverage.
Caden Hess in the area. 43 seconds to go. Third down and 8 here.
One thing to notice here after the second or third possession for Pottsville, the pressure has stopped. Jersey Shore's offensive line has done a better job of blocking Pottsville's front 4.
3rd and 8, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Lone setback is Malicki. Larson rolling, under pressure. Down he goes.
And that's middle linebacker Joey Ferraro that time that got in and made the play. Made the sack along with Chris Wallace. So just as I speak.
Pottsville's not going to call a timeout. I thought they would call a timeout here to try to get the ball back, but they're content with running the ball, and they don't have to run a play here.
And they probably shouldn't.
Now it's 4th down, and they're going to let the half expire here at Danville.
A
Jersey
great
Shore.
comeback by Jersey Shore.
Well, we played 2 here at Danville, 21-14. Pottsville leads. The first quarter was all Pottsville. The second half of the second quarter was all Jersey Shore. And now they call the timeout on the field. Jersey Shore called the timeout with 0.8 seconds to go.
Well, what he might do is just throw a Hail Mary up into the end zone and take a chance.
Or you get defensive pass interference. You never know. Get another play. But he waited till there was under a second left.
Correct.
I was sending us to the half here. Not yet.
And they're going to put 1 second on the clock. They're going to add another 0.2 of a second. I believe. Could be wrong there.
Well, temperatures are falling here at Danville. Coach, you didn't even compliment me on my scarf tonight. I thought you would.
Well,
the game's not over yet. The night's still young. I'm still waiting for my compliment.
when the time's right.
All right.
This is a business production here.
And now the wind kicking back up here, blowing straight in our face, kind of shifted.
Yeah, Pottsville's got everybody except the Crimson Tide mascot 20 yards back.
Well, Larson's going to throw the ball. Quick hitter to Hess at the 50, cuts back to the 40, inside down to the 30, and that's where the half will end. 21-14. At the half, coming off at the half, the West Branch Rebacks homes at the half.
Hi, I'm Cammie Rooney, broker owner of Remax West Branch, and I'm here today to talk about a new program called Heroes Home Advantage that's exclusive to Lycoming County. And I'm also here with Mike Lee from Susquehanna Community Bank. And this program is great because it helps heroes on the front line for us every day. And what we do is we give back 20% of the commission on the realtor side to the hero. And Mike, what do you have at the bank as far as the program?
Well, first off, we're glad to partner with Rebacks, and Cammie, thank you very much for the partnership. And at closing, we'll give up to $700 back to that hero in our community. And that also, just keep in mind who these heroes are. These are folks who make our community better and safer.
Absolutely. And to qualify to be a hero, it includes the military, whether it's active, retired, or a veteran, law enforcement, first responders, healthcare professionals, and Who else, Mike? Anybody
Well,
I'm missing?
there's another great category too, Cammie, and that's our teachers that are out there. So we
Awesome.
include them in the program as well. So it's a very broad group, and we're just really excited to give back to the community. Our name, Susquehanna Community Bank, has that, obviously, the community name in there. It's a great way to partner with you and give back to the community.
That's great. And Remax West Branch felt that we could really give back to the community because we live and work in this community every day, and these people are on the front line for us, so this is our way of giving back to them.
And the timing's really good for us, by the way. Susquehanna Community Bank, our 7th branch is opening here soon on the Golden Strip. So we're an independent local bank. We formerly known as West Mountain State Bank. We rebranded last year to Susquehanna Community Bank. And we love our independence, and that's the plan for us to have the 7th branch open with ribbon cutting in October.
That's great. So you can call Susquehanna Community Bank or Remax West Branch at 570-321-1010 and check out these great listings. Here's some of these active listings that we currently have at Remax West Branch. And whether you're a first-time home buyer, a move-up buyer, or somebody that's downsizing, call us for all of your real estate needs today. We would be glad to help you.
We're back at halftime of a 21-14 game. Our guest is Dr. Chris Massey. And Chris, didn't look like it was going to be 21-14 very early on, did it?
No, it was looking kind of ugly there early in the game. The way it started, I was thinking this could be a mercy rule by halftime, but give Shore a lot of credit for adjusting and fighting back and making this an exciting game now.
And Jersey Shore hurt themselves with 2 turnovers.
Yep.
You know, Pottsville, to their credit, took advantage of it. But you had Stanton Westland wide open, who ran by Pottsville's coverage on the very first play of the game. And, you know, Shore could have got on the board right off the bat and didn't. And then things seemed to go downhill for Shore the rest of the whole first half until Pottsville let the door open by going for first down on fourth down.
That really surprised me because they had a chance. I think they'll pin them back pretty deep with a 21-0 lead and give Jersey Shore credit for pouncing on that. And I think the no huddle really started to take its toll on Pottsville those last 2 series, and Tanner Lorson completed 10 straight throws there. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Pottsville gets the second half kickoff. If Jersey Shore can get a stop there, that would be huge.
Well, you think a little bit of arrogance on Pottsville's part there? Because I know Paul asked me, and there's no way I'm going for that on fourth down again. With the wind at my back, a 21-0 lead, and up to that point, I think Jersey Shore had only had 2 first downs.
Yeah, they had 4 yards of offense at that time.
There you
so
go.
Like you said, I think it was them saying, you can't stop us. We're going to do whatever we want. And it backfired, and I think that invigorated Jersey Shore's defense because they've come alive. They've done a better job against the run. And they were getting gouged in the pass early. They're getting more pressure on them now. And as Tyler Larson's heated up, Jared Yost has cooled off, and I think he's thrown like 7 straight incompletions.
Let's talk a little bit about a couple of players on Jersey Shore's defense, at least from up here to first half. Whatever it is that Jersey Shore's doing to free up number 33 is working because he has been in the backfield at least 80% of the game so far in the first half.
Yeah, he's a stud. Dawson Sechrist, he's been doing it the last 2 years, and he sets the tone for this team. And, yeah, he's been everywhere tonight, and I think he's a guy that keeps them energized too, that when they're down 21 and things could go awry and they could start to put their heads down, he's the kind of kid that's going to keep them up. And I think this is what he does every week, and I think you're seeing he's showing tonight why he's an all-state caliber player.
Yeah, well, he's doing it on the big stage, and hopefully he will be an all-state player, and they won't look at his size, his height, and his weight, because he plays every bit of 6'3", 250 pounds, let me tell you, because Pottsville's got a pretty good offensive line, and right now none of them are blocking him. I mean, he's made a couple hits tonight and a couple pressures that big-time players make in big-time situations. The other player is Brett Guthrie, who got off to a little bit of a rocky start, got beat on the slant pattern for the touchdown, and now has bounced back, and I think has made some exceptional plays versus 6'6" receiver.
He's got a tall order. He's given up a lot of size, and that kid can run too. So, that his coverage is crucial. And the way they play defense, those corners are on an island a lot of times. So you have to have good cornerback play if you want to succeed with that defense. And he's a big part of why so often this year it has succeeded.
And, you know, the thing that is impressed me tonight is the fact that Jersey Shore has not backed down. They got down, but they didn't lay down. They could have very easily quit. You said mercy rule. I don't know what the talk was in the press box, but it couldn't have been very positive towards Jersey Shore with getting down like that to this team. But the fact that they've clawed back and scratched back, and listen, if there would have been a little bit more time on the scoreboard, we might be looking at a 21-21 game right now.
Yeah, and that's this team the last 7 years, since they've turned this program around, the tenacity that they bring week in and week out impresses me, because that's what I just the way everything was snowballing there for a while, I just thought it's not their night. They're going to get run out of this building, and got to give them a ton of credit for keeping their resolve, sticking with what they do, and finding a way to claw back into this thing.
Well, Pottsville does get the ball, as you said, to receives the ball to start the third quarter. And I think for them, you know, they've got to do a little bit to try and get back to their game plan, mixing things up. DeCello's a quality back, but Jersey Shore, you know, Carter Peacock, front of the defensive line for Jersey Shore, has done a good job shutting him down after the first couple series. So what do you foresee here in the second half?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Pottsville. I think they'll try to stay balanced, but I think they might try to come out and maybe see them try to stretch the field a little bit with the passing game a little bit. I think traditionally Shore's been pretty hard to run on, but I know DeCello's a good back. He's had over 100 yards in 3 straight games, so I think I kind of anticipate them going back to the way they started the game.
Well, that will remain to be seen, Chris. Thank you, as always, for coming by with some good stats and good information for us. You do a great job for all the teams around our area.
I appreciate it.
We are finished here at halftime. Thanks again, Chris, and we'll be back to start the third quarter.
At both Fairfield locations in Muncie and Danville, for every new coat you bring in for kids ages infant to 15, you'll receive an additional $500 off your in-stock vehicle purchase. Plus, during the Black Friday sales event, you can receive employee pricing on select 2019. Save over $11,000 on select 2019 Ram 1500s, or save over $7,000 off select 2019 Cherokees. Stop in today. Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. You're gonna love us.
All right, we're back here on Touchdowns and Tailgates Po Bowl alongside the coach, Rich Salonis, and we're here with Jersey Shore coach, Tom Gravish. Pleasure, Coach.
Thank you.
Big game this week coming up against Pottsville. I'm going to let the coach handle it from here. Asked all those tough questions, but it's going to be a good one. We're going to have it on Webb Weekly Live, 24-hour delay, and I'm really excited to be covering the game.
Well, Coach, we go way back. Right. Seems like you've been doing this a long time, and you've been very successful at every stop you've been at. Way back at the East Juniata days even, Bellefonte, Williamsport, and now at Jersey Shore. So you've done a tremendous job turning the program around. Big game this week here against Pottsville. What is it on film that you see about them that makes you concerned?
Thank you very much. You know, they're just solid all over. They have a solid offense. They have a solid defense, solid specialties. I think it all starts with their quarterback. He's very athletic. He's mobile. He can move in the pocket. He kind of reminds you a little bit of a Johnny Manziel kind of player on tape, you know what I mean? He can run, he can move his feet, and he throws very well in the run. They have an incredible offensive line. You know, on the defensive side, they have a great defensive line, some very aggressive linebackers, some very talented defensive backs. So it'll be a challenge for us. I think our guys will be up for it, and we look forward to this opportunity.
Well, one of the things we noticed when we look at Pottsville's roster, they're senior laden. I believe all 12 starters on the offensive side of the ball, or all 11, excuse me, are seniors, and 10 out of the 11 are seniors on the defensive side of the ball. So, the people back there have been looking for this season for a while, and you know all about that when a community gets behind a football team. But how's the community responded up here so far?
Oh, we've had tremendous success, in support. It all starts with our school administration. They're very supportive of us. And, our teachers in both, the middle schools and the high schools and all over have been very supportive. We have a great band here. We have great cheerleaders, and they've all been supportive. We had a great turnout, to go down to Selinsgrove on Friday. They've been supporting us all year, whether we're on the road or at home here at Thompson Street Stadium. And we're just so happy. We have the greatest fans, the greatest community, and, we're going to have a great crowd on Friday. When we came back on Friday, we had many emergency rescue engines to greet us for a little tour around town with, so many people, great people of the Jersey Shore community out there to greet us and to cheer these young men on. It was very humbling to see this support.
And there's nothing like that type of support, but I have to ask you this before we stop the interview. But one of the things that I really admire about your style when you coach is your enthusiasm. And we had your Lewisburg game. I don't know if you know that or not, but we were in the corner of the end zone watching you warm up, and the enthusiasm and the confidence that you show that night, just the excitement to coach. I have to ask you this. When did it start, and was there any role model or anything that got you that way? But it's very obvious you love doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you that you think that way, but it's just it dates back to, I guess, my athletic competition from Little League to middle school, and being a football player at Bald Eagle Area High School. We had some enthusiastic assistant coaches and enthusiastic coaches in every sport, and I thought back then, maybe I'd want to be a police officer or a teacher, and I'm glad I chose this profession, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm kind of humbled and feel very lucky to be associated with such a great community here in Jersey Shore and our players. It's easy to get excited when you have such great players that they get excited too. I like being around our guys, and we feel if you're going to play with enthusiasm and energy, you have to practice that way.
Well, great answer, Coach, and best of luck to you Friday night, and we'll be looking forward to doing the game. Paul?
One thing I want to add in, Coach, we were down here last year to cover a couple games, and Rich talked a little bit about the community effort, and I'm from the Hazelton area, and football's been down there for a long time, and I came down here to cover the team last year, and the support you have from the community, the houses along that street, draping Bulldog paraphernalia. There was a guy out there, he had little rocks he was putting, people were buying them in their yard. It's great to have that community support, and I take my hat off to you guys. That's really something special you guys have here.
I think so, thank you. And I tell our guys all the time, I'm not born or raised here, and I didn't grow up in this community, but to me, there's no better place to be on a Friday night here in Thompson Street Stadium here in Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. And I believe that, you walk over from our locker room for the early out pre-games, and you see people coming out of their houses, you see them tailgating in yards, you see people walking to the games, and we have great attendance and great support. They're always cheering us on here, and it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and we'll be right back. We're going to bring in a couple of the Bulldogs, ask them a couple questions about the big game coming up this week against Pottsville.
The Kaiser Boys and Dan Goldman are at it again at both Fairfield locations in Muncie and Danville. For every new coat you bring in for kids ages infant to 15, you'll receive an additional $500 off your in-stock vehicle purchase. Plus, during the Black Friday sales event, you can receive employee pricing on select 2019. Save over $11,000 on select 2019 Ram 1500s, or save over $7,000 off select 2019 Cherokees. Stop in today. Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. You're gonna love us.
All right, we're back here on Touchdowns and Tailgates, and as tradition goes, we got some of the Bulldogs here. We're going to go right down the line. You guys can introduce yourselves.
I'm senior defensive end and tight end, Ryan Kirshner, number 31.
I'm Josh Mulkey, number 30. I'm a running back.
I'm Dawson Seekers, number 33, linebacker and fullback.
Tanner Lorson, number 14, quarterback.
Tanner Lorson, one of the best quarterbacks that this county has seen in a long time. Tanner, what we've noticed is you don't only do it with your arm, but with your legs. And when you're running your read option or your zone read plays for Coach Gravish, Talk to people a little bit about what are some of the things you have to be looking for.
Well, just like seeing the DN, that's what the reads off of, or whoever we're pitching off of. If he comes after me, you pitch to the running back, Josh, or if he heads up field towards Josh, then I keep it in tuck and get as much yards as I can. So that's how that process works.
And you've been doing that very successfully, obviously. So how about throwing the football? Do you come up to the line of scrimmage and have certain patterns that you're seeing versus coverage, or do you make on-site adjustments?
Well, we have patterns coming up to the line, and we can change them if we see something that doesn't look right for the play, and we just run whatever the defense gives us and take it from there.
Well, you've been doing a pretty good job with it so far this year. And let's talk to number 31 down here, my old number, defensive end, and heard you had a pretty decent game last week. You've been raising heck all year with sacks and whatnot, tackles for losses. So talk to us a little bit about your base responsibilities in your defense.
Well, I mainly have to keep the quarterback contained. I can't let him get outside, or then everything else falls apart without that.
And what do you have to do this week with Pottsville's quarterback? Anything different? You see him as being a dual threat, or is he mostly just a pocket passer?
He's a dual threat. You have to keep him in. That's about
And you intend to do that, right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I'll tell you a lot about the quarterback for Pottsville. I remember him from basketball. Very athletic, three-sport athlete, basketball, football, and baseball for Damian Yost. He's only about 5'9", about 175 pounds, but he is quick, so you're going to have to definitely keep him contained there.
All right, sounds like a
Yeah,
plan.
that's my little tip here, my bow tip for tonight. Let's talk to the running backs here. Josh and Dalton. Now, last time you guys were interviewed by Coach Webb, you said that he's the fastest on the team. Are you still going to go with that statement?
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, a little sad about it. You got caught from behind in the Siemens Grove game. You made me look bad. But anyway, what do you guys got to do against Pottsville to get going?
We just got to run hard and just count on the line to do a really good job blocking. Just follow their blocks. Just run hard.
Okay, Dalton.
Yeah, my key is just if we're rounding up the middle or outside is to hit the D end or the first linebacker that I see to make sure Josh can get the yards as much as he can.
And also on defense, you're a hitting machine on defense. I remember your game, you were all over the field there.
Yeah, I try. Do the best I can.
See, anything you want to just hit anything that moves, right?
Yep. Whoever has the ball, that's where I'm going.
All right, well, you've heard some comments here for some very humble Bulldogs, and trust me, their bite's much louder than their bark here tonight. I'm sure they're going to represent themselves, the community, and the school in great fashion Friday night.
We're going to stick with tradition here because we're big followers of tradition here. Give a shout out to anybody you want.
I'd like to give a shout out to my family.
Okay.
I'll give a shout out to my family also.
I'll give the shout out to my mom and dad. They were always there for me.
Gotta give a shout out to the line for protecting me the whole year, and everyone else here for making it work.
All right, guys, that's it from here. For Chris Massey, Jim Webb, Rich Salonis, I'm Paul Bowe. We'll see you Friday night, webweeklylive.com. Thanks for tuning in to Touchdowns and Tailgates. Inside handoff. Oh, on the bootleg. Grease, 40, 30, 20, 50. All right, guys, we are back. You watched Touchdowns and Tailgates at the half, Coach. You and I were both guests on Touchdowns and Tailgates this week. And like they said, we have a face for radio, not TV, and I want to thank Jim Webb.
Who said that?
Well, I was talking about you, not me. Anyway, I was thanking Jim Webb for a great night on Touchdowns and Tailgates for having us, and a great meal afterwards, Coach.
Yeah.
It was always a good time to be on there. Hopefully next year we'll be a little bit more regulars.
Well,
and
we'll see.
We are underway here at the second half as Cam Allison kicks it. It's a free ball at the 40-yard line, picked up by Mullins at the 20, and he is tackled like this first half ended by a host of Jersey Shore Bulldogs, Coach.
Yep, and Jersey Shore's, let's see if they can keep that momentum that they took into the locker room with them.
He is the uncle that everyone wants at family dinner, Uncle Mo, and he is here on the Jersey Shore sidelines right now. We are underway here in the third quarter. Paul Bowe, the coach, Rich Salonis, high above Danville Stadium in a brisk night here of the PIAA 4A quarterfinals. 21-14, Pottsville leads. I think a little Bulldog was a little anxious there, Coach.
Yeah, you're going to get Jersey Shore moving give Pottsville 5 yards to start the second half.
I wanted to ask you, Coach, before we came back on the air, but we didn't have much time. What does Tom Gravish tell his team here at half?
Well, I think he tells them, listen, we beat ourselves to start the game. You did a great job of not laying down. We're right back in it. We're a touchdown down. Let's go out, play the type of ball we're capable of.
Pottsville going to open up in an eye. Handoff up the middle, bouncing to the outside,
no room
but tackled.
To run.
No
Great
room
job.
on there. And he lost yards on the play there.
Peacock and company getting up off the pile. Jersey Shore, I'll tell you, size disadvantage weight-wise, but they're certainly not playing like it. They've controlled the line of scrimmage here for the most part after the first couple series.
Yeah, up the middle. Pottsville's success have all come around the ends, and it was early. Now they're going to spread the field wide. Barnes to the bottom of your screen, Schneck to the top of your screen. In motion is Barnes, still has not caught a pass. Yost rolling out of the backfield. That's a first down.
That's Joey Ferraro out of the backfield for a big gain. That's going to move the chains for the Crimson Tide, and boy, if they need that.
Absolutely. Tackled by Cam Allison on the play. Screen has been a problem for Jersey Shore here this game. Seen a couple of screen passes early in the first quarter for big plays for Pottsville. Now a first down, fresh set of downs up at the 39-yard line. Jersey Shore, everyone up close. Yost, handoff, up the middle. That's the sell-all. Making people miss, and a good run on first down. Coach got about 6 yards, maybe 7.
And Jersey Shore lucked out that time because they dropped their backers down into a 6-man look. Pottsville blocked everything down, and Cello got a crease there and could have been a much bigger play.
Second down and 2. Ball at the 47-yard line. Everyone up close again. Low snap. Yost picks it up under pressure, and down he goes, and he's going to lose a bunch there, Coach.
Again, he did, and who's back there putting the pressure in? But Mr. Seacrest again in the backfield, and Chris Massey and I talked about it at halftime. It's borderline ridiculous how much he's getting into the backfield, almost every play at will.
He has a nose for the ball, and like you said, 158 tackles leading the area coming into the game.
He's all football player, period.
And he's not big at all.
Nope.
Like I said, we interviewed him on Touchdowns and Tailgates. Smaller kid, but a big heart and plays with it.
Well, you know what's not in the program, Paul? They can't measure heart or instinct.
Absolutely. Now 4 wide for Pottsville and a whistle, and it looks like Pottsville is going to call a timeout. They'll take a timeout. We're going to take one also. 9:37 to go, third quarter, 21-7 Tide.
At both Fairfield locations, in Muncie and Danville, for every new coat you bring in for kids ages infant to 15, you'll receive an additional $500 off your in-stock vehicle purchase. Plus, during the Black Friday sales event, you can receive employee pricing on select 2019. Save over $11,000 on select 2019 Ram 1500s, or save over $7,000 off select 2019 Cherokees. Stop in today. Fairfield Chrysler.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's, Loyal Sock, behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. For those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef special.
Coach, we are back here, third down and about 7. Ball back at the 42-yard line. Huge play here early in the second half for the Bulldog defense.
That it is.
4 wide for the Tide. Low snap again. Yost scrapes it off the turf. Yost rolling, being pressured. Down he goes again. Big loss on the play, and guess who again?
That's Mr. Seacrest.
Dawson Seacrest is a one-man wrecking crew tonight for the Bulldogs, and he just took a bite out of Damon Yost. Way back, and it's going to be 4th down. It's punting time for the Tide.
Well, Pottsville tried to set up a screen pass, and Jersey Shore had none of it. And one of the few mistakes by Pottsville's senior quarterback tonight, probably should have thrown it away, but he kept trying to wait for it to materialize, and Seacrest would have none of it.
Nice high end-over-end kick. That's going to bounce and get away from it, but it does take a Tide roll. And there are yelling. Fans I don't know what they're yelling. I didn't see anything.
There's
here.
nothing. There was a little bit of hitting going on, but there was nothing illegal.
Took a nice bounce
It
down
did.
to the 22-yard line, and at that time, I didn't get called for a fair catch there.
Yeah, you don't want to lose yards, but you know what? You tell your player if you're not totally sure, get away from it.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want a turnover when you've got the momentum as Jersey Shore has.
All right, we got trips to the bottom of your screen. 5 wide for the Bulldogs to open up the second half. Lorson in the shotgun. Lorson back to pass. Looking, has some time. Pass complete. That's Hess up to the 25, 26-yard line. Short gain of 3 on the play.
It should have been even less, but Hess was able to escape the tackle by Walchuk and gain 4 yards or so, Paul. It looks like more than 3 to me. Shore hurrying up.
Wind kicking up again. Handoff Malicki up the middle. 25. Bounces to the 30. Bounces outside to the 35 and cuts it back, and a first down. Josh Malicki running with purpose and a Jersey Shore first down.
Quick trap play by the Dogs out of the gun. Caught Pottsville flat-footed. This hurry-up tempo is bothering Pottsville.
Once again, 5 wide for Jersey Shore. Pass over the middle. Incomplete.
That pressure put on by Schenk that time made Tanner get rid of the ball a little bit early.
Pass intended for Owen Anderson up at the 45, fell to the turf, incomplete. 2nd and 10, ball at the 38. Once again, 4 wide, 3 to the bottom of your screen. Fake handoff to Malicki. Lorson calls his own number and dives ahead across the 40-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and about 7.
Gated 2, stopped by Ferrara on that play. It looked like he was spying Lorson. The Pottsville has hurried up and made a couple of changes personnel-wise. Big 3rd down for the Dogs.
Single coverage up the top of your screen on Westland. Lorson throws over the middle. That's a bullet pass right at the sticks. Caden Hess, I think he's a little short. And I'll tell you what, Tanner Lorson getting rid of the ball really quick, Coach. Very quick release.
Correct.
And they got Pottsville on the ropes here. They're putting in the heavy package here.
They do.
As Seacrest now checks into the ball game. Shore brings an extra tight end in also. 2 receivers. Backs in an eye. Lorson under center.
They're going to try and get him offside, and Shore jumps. And you don't need that right there. And now they're going to have to punt.
And Terrence Stetz actually came into the game on that play. And he jumped, and now they're going to have to punt as Anderson is on to punt it away.
We've settled into a good ball game here, Paul.
Absolutely. 7:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. Anderson kicks it into that wind. Ball drops, and everyone runs away for it, and the ball stops dead at the 30-yard line. Pottsville's 2nd possession of the second half. 7:01 to go. 21-14 tied.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts.
We're back. All right, we're back here. 1st and 10. Yost rolling, throws. Pass is complete.
Schenk on a comeback pattern.
Schenk again. Gain of 9 on the play. 2nd and 1. Schenk really impressing me here tonight. That 6'6" frame.
Well, Pottsville we have not mentioned Mason Barnes much offensively.
Has not had a catch tonight, and he's being guarded by Anthony Schaefer. 1-on-1 on the outside. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be close, Coach.
I think it's a first down.
I think he poked his head out of the pile.
I'm sorry, I'm chuckling. We're hearing some of the comments from down below, and there's some pretty good ones.
I didn't hear that one. That's a first down for Pottsville at their own 41-yard line. 6:23 clock moving in a rapidly moving 3rd quarter, halfway done. 21-14 tied. Back to pass is Yost. Yost over the middle. There's Mason Barnes, his first catch of the night, and there's a flag on the play, I believe.
Right at the sticks.
Flag back there or no?
No.
I thought I saw a flag fly.
No flag. 2nd and 1.
Barnes running a nice pattern there.
Ball marked just over midfield. A 2nd down and 1.
2nd and 1 for Pottsville. Short yardage situation again for the Tide.
And here's where Dawson Sechrist has come up big the entire evening for Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore backing out. Here's Yost rolling. Screen out of the backfield. Pass complete. That is Ferraro.
Nice hands by Ferraro. A soft touch pass by Yost. Tide now starting to roll a little bit here, no pun intended.
Yeah, once they get going here, this offense is tough. They put up 21 in the first quarter, and they've been blank since. And now those flags on the goalposts are sticking straight out.
Yeah, the wind's picked up again.
Pottsville has the wind at their back. Low snap again. Yost picks it up.
That's the
40,
quarterback trap,
35,
Paul.
30.
Fumble the ball,
and
Pottsville's got it.
Pottsville
Wow.
got it.
Jersey Shore had a chance to pick that up. That's a big play.
Oh, man. That was a big, big play there. A Jersey Shore defender had a chance for it, and Pottsville got it. I couldn't see who got the fumble recovery, but the Tide got it, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that was their touchdown play earlier on in the first quarter. Quarterback trap that we ran back and showed you. They ran it again for another big gain, but he dropped the ball. And listen, that's not been something that Damon hasn't done this year. He's fumbled the ball 4 times coming into the game.
Well, ball at the 25-yard line now, 1st and 10 for the Tide. 5 minutes, clock ticking, 3rd quarter. Barnes to the bottom of your screen, check to the top.
Another big split by Barnes down here.
Yost, pitch is wide. That is DeCello. Cuts it back inside, gain of 2 on the play, inside the 25, down close to the 23-yard line.
Correct.
2nd down and 8.
Gabe Packer getting off the pile. Nice play by Packer and 15 Anderson were both there. Well, just what you want to see. Good football game this time of the year. Didn't start off that way, but boy, it's turned into a classic. Pottsville driving here with the 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9, ball at the 24-yard line. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. Yo, straight drop back. Looking, under pressure from the backside. Down he goes, and he's lucky he got that ball off.
Well, let's watch that again if we can see it. You're going to see Jersey Shore brings everybody off the corner. And Yost almost feels the pressure. You see everybody coming from Jersey Shore here. They brought an outside backer, and he gets caught from behind, and very lucky he got rid of the ball.
That could have been a turnover there.
Could have been another second.
Absolutely.
And it may have been.
Well, it's going to be 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 24-yard line. Big play for the Shore defense. 3 wide for the Tide. In motion is Barnes. Yost barks the signal. Straight drop. Here comes the pressure. Throws out wide open is Mason Barnes at the 20, and he is pushed back at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, I'm surprised there.
Kind of stopped on that
stopped.
play.
If we can watch that play again, the reason I'd like to show it again is because this is the play that Pottsville had a huge gain on in the first half. Barnes came in motion but turned up field early, and it was called back. And it's just a pass play for him in motion to catch in the flat, and Jersey Shore doesn't catch up with him in the motion, and they lose leverage. And Barnes was able to turn that into a nice play. The first time they ran it was a 40-yard gain. It was called back because he turned up field too quick.
All right, Coach, 4th and 3. Full house backfield for the Tide. Yost keeps it on the bootleg, throws to the end zone, incomplete.
Oh, he had 21 wide open. Wide open.
Lucas Drum in the flat there. And 4th and 3, they chose to throw it to the end zone, and Jersey Shore dodges another bullet. How many bullets can they dodge? And they are coming back now with the ball. A turnover on downs on the 18-yard line, Coach. Jersey Shore's got to be happy.
Absolutely. Anytime you can turn away the opposition with giving them no points, no matter how it gets done, it gets done. The scoreboard's the final judge.
And like I said, Pottsville does not have a kicking game. And that could,
we know
as you get later in the year, that could hurt you. Malicki bounces to the outside, making people miss, still on his feet. And Josh Malicki turns nothing into something.
About a 3-yard gain. He stepped out of bounds. The Shore crowd thought he gained about 5 or 6, but he was out of bounds. But an excellent effort by Malicki.
It'll be 2nd and 6. Shore with that up-tempo offense, and they had success with it to end the half. In motion is Anderson. Lorson rolling his way. Lorson looking. Lorson throwing across the field. Incomplete and way out of bounds.
Yeah, he tried to run a flood pattern on that play. They had 3 receivers at 3 different levels. Pottsville strung him out defensively, and a smart move by Lorson to throw it out of bounds.
Connor Williams on the coverage of Caden Hess. 3rd and 6. 4 wide for the Bulldogs. Lorson back to pass. Bubble screen to Hess. Hess cuts it back. Tide is right there.
All over it.
They read that one. And he's going to lose a couple
Lucas
yards.
Drum and company were there to make the stop. And Shore's going to have to punt it away. That pass schematically looks good when you line up, but Pottsville's so quick to the ball that by the time the ball it gets to the receiver, they've reacted.
Fourth down and a punt away. Fielded at the 50 by Barnes, and a big hit at the 40, and he pushes forward inside the 39-yard line. That's where Pottsville take over. 2:24 to go in the third quarter. 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. WebWeeklyLive.com.
At both Fairfield locations, in Muncie and Danville, for every new coat you bring in for kids ages infant to 15, you'll receive an additional $500 off your in-stock vehicle purchase. Plus, during the Black Friday sales event, you can receive employee pricing on select 2019. Save over $11,000 on select 2019 Ram 1500s, or save over $7,000 off select 2019 Cherokees. Stop in today.
1st and 10 for the Crimson Tide on Jersey Shore's 40-yard line. They have trips set into the boundary. Motion to the right. An off-tackle give this time to number 3. And Bobby Walchuk busts off the right side of Shore's line for a gain of 6 yards. A 2nd down and 4 coming up for the Crimson Tide as time continues to roll here in the third quarter.
Other scores from the area. Lackawanna Trail now leads Muncie 32-7. Game being played down in Williamsport. And Lackawanna Trail, what a strong team. Played for the state championship last year. And it looks like they are on their way to the semifinals. Running wide, flags fly.
Yeah, there were 2 holds on the play actually by Pottsville. We'll see which one they're going to call. I believe there were 2 holds. Crimson Tide's having a hard time handling Jersey Shore's quickness. They didn't at the start of the game, but they're having it now.
So that's going to push them back. It's going to be 2nd and about 13, it looks like, Coach.
Yeah, long 13. But, well, I'll tell you, they've had a lot of success with that quarterback trap play tonight. Boy, you're at this stage of the year, you got to run the horses.
All right, 2nd and 14 now. Back to passes Yost. Another low snap. Seacrest misses, but down he goes.
No time.
He had no time. Tackled by number 23, Coach.
Dalton Dungan in there. We have a Tide player down, but there were 3 or 4 Bulldogs in there.
I think that's Yost that's still down on the field.
Well, that's not a good thing.
He might have fell on the ball, might have knocked the wind out of him as he was gone under by a host of Bulldogs. Injury timeout in the field. We're going to take a timeout, too. We'll be right back. Full timeout. 60 seconds. Fats Maz coming up.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at Fast Maz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
FastMaz.com. You gotta be here.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef special.
All right, Damon Yost hobbled off to the field, and it looks like Barnes is going to take this one from the Wildcat. Also into the game, Pat Yoder, number 1. Oh, Barnes running the Wildcat, and down he goes, and it's going to be 4th down, Coach. You never want to see an injury like that. Yost helped his own way out the field, hobbled off the field. I'm trying to see where he is on the bench. But it's going to be a punting situation now. Jersey Shore getting life again.
Correct. He's all the way in the back being looked at. He's sitting on top of a bench.
What did it look like to you, a knee?
Knee or ankle.
Oh, well, you hate to see that at any level.
Correct.
Blankenhorn to punt.
Nice
Nice
high
kicker.
punt.
Another nice high punt, allowing the coverage to get there. Trying to get to the outside.
Great coverage by Pottsville. Number 8 down there to make the play was Rafe DeCello, 5'9", 170-pound sophomore.
Also the kicker.
Yep. Well, here's the deal, Paul. Sometimes these things happen, and this is why we talked earlier about how you win championships with defenses.
Well, 34 seconds to go in the third quarter. Ball at the 21-yard line, Jersey Shore getting another chance. Malicki up the middle, big hole! 40, 45, Malicki out close to midfield. We're going to look at that one again. That hole was big enough, Coach, to drive a truck through it.
Right, just as Pottsville's hurt Jersey Shore with the quarterback trap, Shore has hurt Pottsville with this quick trap. They've run it 3 or 4 times tonight. They send a man in motion, and Malicki comes right behind the trap. There you see him busted up the seam. Big first down.
Larson back to pass, throwing deep, a lot of contact down there. I think that was incidental. That was as much offense as defense. And he was looking. Can't see the number down there, Coach. Looked like Hess,
he
24.
He was looking for Hess. But here's the deal. Again, Pottsville had great pressure and didn't allow him to get comfortable to throw the ball.
Now here's my question, Coach. You're throwing into the wind. There's 16 seconds. Do you run the ball here and take your chances going the other way?
I would. Here's the trap again that we just showed. And that's a 4-yard gain. Jersey Shore is getting great positive yardage on that play the entire night.
Okay, we've played 3 here in Danville. 21-14. We're headed to the fourth quarter. Teams are going to switch sides. We'll be right back. Coach, this could be another fantastic finish. WebWeeklyLive.com.
Don't ever settle. Demand the best. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan with the best selection of new Nissans, the best quality pre-owned vehicles, the best service, and best of all, the Blaze Alexander low price guarantee. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan, and we dare you to find a better dealer. Don't ever settle. Demand the best. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan, because at Blaze Alexander Nissan, we're taking deals the other guys won't.
Blaze Alexander here, and I'm getting ready for hunting season with my dog Lyle. Lyle and I don't want you getting stuck in the woods with your old truck, so why not come into one of our dealerships and check out all these different brands of trucks that we have for you. The all-new Ford Ranger, Ram, Nissan Titan, Gladiator, F-150, Chevy Heavy Duty, Colorado, GMC, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Tundra. See them all today at blazetrucks.com. That's right, we'll always offer the lowest price.
All right, well, Coach, we're back to start the fourth quarter.
Big
third down and
play,
6.
Paul. Big third down play.
Ball at the 46, possibly 2-down territory. We'll see how much they get on third down. Larson back to pass, under pressure, throws. He has a man in the backfield, and he's got it. He's running over tacklers. That is Malicki out of the backfield.
It is, and it's a great effort. Second and third effort run.
I'll tell you what, I'd like to take a look at it, but we're not going to have time here. 4 wide for Jersey Shore. Ball at the 30-yard line. The Tide are on their heels. Larson up the middle. Maybe gained a yard on that play, nothing else. Coach Josh Malicki, like a pinball, bouncing around, kept those legs churning. You're always taught to keep your legs going, and he did. And he should have never had that first down.
Absolutely not.
16-yard gain on the play. Now 2nd and 10 for Jersey Shore. In motion is Schaefer. Handoff to Malicki. Malicki up to the 30-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, Ferraro right there to make the stop, and Lucas Drum. The tackling machines for Pottsville. Both backers were right there to meet him. Big 3rd down play. Again, maybe 4th down territory, Paul. I'm thinking here, huh? It's got to be.
10:59 to go. Clock running, 4th quarter.
So knowing that, you don't have to get it all on this play.
Bulldogs going from right to left on your screen. Lorson back to pass, has time, throws in
right
and
through
out
the
of the hands
of Stanton.
A little contact there. Barnes, good coverage on the play.
He's been quiet tonight, Paul. We haven't heard much from Stanton Westland, have we?
No, a couple catches in the first half, but it's going to be 4th down. They're going for it here.
Yeah, you have to. You're not going to kick the field goal, and you don't want to punt.
No, defense playing well. Worst case, they give the ball up at the 30-yard line. That's right around where Pottsville's been starting anyway. So here we go. 4 wide for the Bulldogs. Here Pottsville showing blitz.
And they come
here
off the corner.
Here they come off the corner. Larson throws to the end zone. Westland.
Oh, great play.
Great play at the last second.
Defense by Mason Barnes at the last minute. Great read by Larson. Pressure by Crimson Tide on that play. Off the edge. That had everything. Can we see that again, or is it too late?
No, we could definitely see that one again. Larson went up at the apex for the ball, and Barnes just knocked it away, Coach.
And that's how you teach him. Watch the pressure. Right off the edge up top, stands in the pocket, throws it up. Great defense.
And perhaps that pressure, he had to get rid of it a half a second
earlier.
He had him running free. If he could have let him, that could have been a touchdown, but a turnover on downs.
And just a great play all the way around by everybody there on both sides of the ball.
Yost back in the ball game, pitch to DeCello. DeCello trying to get around the end and does. Gained about 4 yards on the play. Damon Yost still visibly limping.
Correct. I'm surprised he's in the game, Paul. He didn't get off the field on his own for half of the trek.
Yeah, he started walking, then needed help, and he's hobbling. You could see.
Oh, he's hurt. He's hurting. I'm sure, Pottsville's not going to play the young man if there's a chance of major injury, but he's in some pain. It's obvious.
He's walking really gingerly on that ankle, and now trips to the bottom of your screen. 2nd down and 5, and a handoff to DeCello up the middle, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard gain. The interior of that Jersey Shore defense has been tough all night. Sets up a 3rd and 2, or 3rd and 3 now, up at the 36-yard line, Coach.
And Pottsville has had no success running in what you would call the A gap to B gap. All their success has been off tackle and outside.
Trying to warm up, Coach, sorry. 3rd down and 4, 10 minutes to go. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Single setback is DeCello. Yost back to pass, gingerly on that ankle, pass complete.
Oh, big 1st down for Pottsville. It's very obvious he's having a hard time throwing. He almost threw that off his back foot.
I think he did throw that off his back foot there, and you can say he can't stride through. And when a quarterback getting that power off that back foot, transferring it to the front foot, seemed to be a problem for Yost. 9:51. Pottsville trying to hang on in this one.
Well, I'll tell you, knowing that, you get him in the 3rd down the line, you got to come after him now. Because you know he can't scramble, put some heat on him, and hopefully get an interception.
Here we go around. That's Barnes.
Oh, big block by Pottsville that time.
On 1st down, gained about 3, maybe 4 yards.
Yeah, we had a pancake by the motion man.
And you could see Yost, he's having a hard time getting to the sidelines, even to call him get the play. Surprised they don't run the play in with somebody else.
Well, and now, after 14 weeks, can I tell you, pet peeve number 2, send a play in with somebody. Signal a play in.
Should not have to run all the way to the sideline.
Oh, it drives me crazy, Paul Bowe.
2nd down and 6. 3 wide, 4 to Tide. Schneck been very quiet this half. In motion is Mullins. Yost back to pass, straight drop. Here comes the pressure, and down he goes.
And Gabe Packer was in there, and so was 55, Colin Samar. And that's what I'm saying. He came from his linebacker spot, and you've got to pressure him because the young man's got absolutely no escapability right now.
No, and now it's 3rd and 13 and a passing down for the Tide.
If I'm Pottsville, if I'm Coach McGoy, I'm thinking of maybe either going Wildcat or getting a backup in because Jersey Shore isn't stupid. They know that there is absolutely no mobility. The passing game shot.
He's hobbling right up here to the shotgun here position. Here comes Mullen. You're going to see a handoff here to Mullen. No, double reverse. Barnes is going to throw it. Oh, and did he get hit? And the ball.
Did. And it came back and
it
catch.
It hit the turf.
Yep,
it hit the turf.
Incomplete. Oh, yep. Schenk is positive he caught the pass.
Let's take a look at that one here.
Well, that's a reverse pass, and Barnes was going to throw it. Interesting call on 3rd and a mile.
Barnes got leveled on that play. Couldn't see who hit him. Let's look at this here. Sheck tried to get his hands under the ball. Let's check it out. A big hit. I couldn't see who got it, and it's hard to see from there, but it looked like the way he came up with it, the ball skipped. Another nice kick.
Nice catch. Nice.
In traffic.
In traffic is right, but it saved them a bunch of yards.
Absolutely. 8:03 to go. Jersey Shore getting the ball back, down by 7. Your Friday Night Lights game of the week here, Coach. This one turned into be a good one. We thought it would be good at the beginning. Bulldogs take over now. Crowd getting restless. 4 wide again for Jersey Shore. Tanner Lawson, little play action. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure.
Big time pressure.
Good job by Lawson getting the ball away. Malicki, closest one in the area. Second and 10. Ball at the 39-yard line. 4 receivers for the Bulldogs. Lawson straight drop the pass. Pass complete to Anderson. Anderson sheds one defender up into the 46-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Correct. Physical receiver. Yards after the catch. We got about a 3rd and 4, Paul. I know what I'm running.
6 foot, 178-pound junior.
And I'm coming right back with that trap that Pottsville's had a hard time defending.
3rd down and 3.
And from this formation, it won't be happening as Shore is empty.
Empty backfield, 5 wide. Lawson back to pass. Lawson looking, flushed out, throws, pass complete at the 40-yard line and inside down to the 35.
Anthony Schaefer, I believe, with the big reception.
Schaefer, the tight end. Plays a little bit in the slot. They popped him out and right down the middle. Nice gain, 1st down for the Bulldogs. Schaefer in motion again. Here's a handoff to Malicki. Inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line.
Well defended by Pottsville on 1st down play. Trap play that's hurt them so much. That time only yielded about a yard. Just 2nd down and 9. And now inside of 7 minutes, Paul Bowe left in the football game.
5 wide now. Again, empty backfield for the Dogs. Whoa, Lawson bobbles a snap. Another shoulder fake. Throws deep. He's got Westland. Westland's got it for
him. He dropped
incomplete. Once again,
Barnes got his hand in at the last minute and raked it away.
And they have been so close with that play all night. Mason Barnes again jarred the ball loose. Oh, that was the play, Coach.
That was. Mason Barnes looks a little tired here. They may come back to it again.
3rd down and 8 for the Dogs. 4 wide. Malicki in the backfield. Lawson up in the middle. That's Westland. He's got it for a 1st down. Down at the 20-yard line. Nothing fancy about that.
Nope.
Just found a spot. Laid up and passed to the 21-yard line for a 1st down. Jersey Shore has Pottsville on the ropes here. 4 wide again. Lone setback is Malicki. Screen pass out of the backfield. Malicki bounces off the first defender and perhaps gains a yard on that, Coach, which started off as a 4-yard loss.
Shank should have had him in the backfield, but Malicki refused to go down. Shank didn't wrap, and you better, because these backs and these receivers run hard.
A lot of hands on the hips on that Pottsville defense. That is a sign of fatigue. 4 wide again for the Bulldogs. Handoff to Malicki. 20, 15, down to the 12-yard line.
Huge 3rd and 2 play for Jersey Shore. They gouged Pottsville again with that inside trap.
And they got 2 downs to pick this up, absolutely. Anderson coming in tight, now to the other side. Play coming in, a lot of time on the play clock.
Plenty.
They want to make sure it's a good one here. Once again, 4 wide formation. Malicki the ball carrier. In motion is Westland.
They've got 4 receivers to the right.
Flags fly. Larson keeps it himself.
Yeah, we might have an illegal formation here.
Not enough guys on the line, I believe.
I think so. That something didn't look right.
False start.
False start. Illegal procedure against the Bulldogs.
And as a coach, that has to drive you crazy.
It does. I don't know if it was a false start as much as it was an illegal formation. The way it looked from up here, I didn't see anybody move.
I agree with you. It did not look right at all. And Jersey Shore, the play came in a little bit late. I know they had time on the clock, but they looked confused.
Here comes the option.
Larson,
bad
ball
pitch.
on the turf. Malicki turns it up to 20, dives ahead to the 15-yard line.
Shore dodged the bullet there, first of all. Bad pitch that they misplayed on, and then a missed tackle. They could have lost yardage on that. Under 5 minutes, Paul Bowe.
All right.
4th down for the Shoremen.
I'm looking for Schaefer over the middle here. Larson
Wow.
back to pass.
I don't know if
under pressure.
If everybody was set. He didn't get it.
He is
Pottsville holds.
short.
He's going to be way short. That was 4th down. That was 4th and 8. We're being asked up here if that was 4th down, and it was.
Yep. Quick snap. They had Pottsville on the ropes.
You get the feeling that Pottsville's just sort of on the cliff right now.
Yost
and
is
just
not
hanging.
back into the game here, Coach.
No, and I don't think it. Yeah,
here he comes. Here he comes now.
Tough young man, but boy, you're just very limited as to what you can do with him in there at this point in time.
Pottsville hanging on with both hands here. Yost rolling. He's having a hard time even getting to the hand up, but DeCello trying to get to the corner, and he does. And a tackle, 5 yard, maybe 6 yard on first down. Good gain.
It is a good gain, Paul, and they're going to keep the clock running, say he was in bounds. That's huge also because they just started the play clock. So if Pottsville plays their cards right, they'll snap this ball with under 4 minutes to go in the game. And now you've got to start thinking about those types of things. Shore's got 3 timeouts left. So the clock will come in and play a little bit of a factor. If you're Pottsville, you hear people talk on Sundays about a 4-minute offense. Well, here it is.
2nd down and 3. In motion is Barnes. Pitch wide. DeCello.
Boy, well played by Kirshner at the defensive end spot to hem DeCello back in and limit the carry. Limit the gain, to about 1.5 yards.
Now this game, what a game here. A game of what if. Stanton Westland twice.
Correct.
Had a step, or the first play of the game, and in that Mason Barnes knocking that ball out that I thought was definitely a touchdown. And now it's 3rd down and 1, and we are 3 minutes and 29 seconds away from the finish here. Jersey Shore, everyone up in the box. Handoff.
He didn't get it.
To number 17, ball on the turf, but he's definitely down.
He's down.
It's going to be
lost
4th
yardage.
down.
They wanted to give the ball to Ferraro, and they did, and he did not get the first down, denied by the interior of Jersey Shore's defensive line.
They're going to punt this one. They have to.
It's been rough sledding in there all night. Even when they have gotten the first down on 3rd and short, it hasn't been by much.
Now, what are you going to tell the defense here, Coach? Whatever, do not jump off sides.
Correct.
Late substitutions coming in. Watch the ball. There's a snap and no pressure on the punter. Another good kick, high, end over end. Fair catch called for and made at the 44-yard line. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go, like they used to say a long time ago, Coach. It's time for a fantastic finish.
It is.
30-second timeout. We'll be right back in Danville.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. For those amazing breakfasts, daily and chefs.
I welcome back Tanner Larson. Pass complete up at the 50-yard line. That is the aforementioned Westland being guarded by Barnes, and these two are really going at it.
Yeah, it's a great matchup. The thing there is if you don't make the tackle, Mr. Westland's in the end zone. Clock running, 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
Second down, Larson rolling, still rolling. Hangs onto the ball, pump fakes, no one home.
Oh, great
and down
tackle.
he goes by Ferraro.
Yeah, Ferraro came on. Ferraro spying him. Let's watch that again if we can get a look at it. And you're going to see a great play made by Pottsville's middle linebacker, Joey Ferraro, as he mirrors Tanner Larson.
He's a spy. He's assigned to him. He's watching him all
watching
the way
him
across
all
the
the
field.
way, and he makes the short tackle.
3rd and 10 now. Larson back to pass. Looking, under pressure, flushed
There's
out.
a
Here he
hold.
goes.
They missed
He got a
it.
man wide open down here. Intercepted, but there's a flag on the play. They're going to call interference on this one, Coach.
They are, but they missed the hold in the backfield, and we're going to get interference down here. Here's going to be all kinds
I
of
don't like
interesting
this
stuff.
call at all. There was a lot of contact. The defensive players have just as much right to the ball
Well,
as
let's
the
take
offensive
a look at it and
players.
see what the deal is.
Here's Larson rolling, buying himself some time. Let's see.
See a hold right there that they missed, and then throws it downfield, and I don't see where it was.
I disagree with that 100%, but
wow,
that's why you play the games.
Yeah, interesting. No
And-
comments from down below on this call.
Oh, that's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah,
It's
that's
gonna
a
be-
big one,
Yep,
Paul.
the ball at the
With
40.
a minute 39 left.
Wow, there was a lot of contact
They're
there.
all over the place. There was a potential
And
hold.
He had him wide open, but like I said, all right, here we go. 4 wide, minute and 39. Pottsville on a blitz. Larson under pressure, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and does. All out blitz that
Well,
time by
just if
Pottsville.
that, Pottsville brought a lot of pressure. Timeout called by Tom Gravish.
That's a good timeout.
Yeah,
You settle it
128,
down.
correct.
It's 4 down territory.
You
the rest
can't
of the
take
game.
them on the bus with you, so you might as well use them.
Well, Jersey Shore is going to take a timeout. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll be right back for the final 138.
At both Fairfield locations, in Muncie and Danville, for every new coat you bring in for kids ages infant to 15, you'll receive an additional $500 off your in-stock vehicle purchase. Plus, during the Black Friday sales event, you can receive employee pricing on select 2019. Save over $11,000 on select 2019 Ram 1500s, or save over $7,000 off select 2019 Cherokees. Stop in today. Fairfield Chrysler.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations.
All right, we're back here. 2nd down and 10.
I mean, I don't care.
4 wide for the Bulldogs.
Good timeout by Tom, by the way, there, I think.
Lone setback is Malicki. Larson back to pass. Open is Westland at the 30. That's a first down for the Bulldogs, down to the 25. Clock will stop. Whistle's blowing. Pottsville came up with the ball, but that's a first down. Clock will stop. High school and college football, it stops to move the chains, and that's like another timeout.
Correct.
Because a minute and 20 is an eternity. Larson showing that senior leadership, the field general that he is, barking the signals. Anderson in motion. Larson rolling, still rolling. Pump fakes, throws, incomplete.
No.
Incomplete. Had a
He
man
had
at
it,
the
but a
15-yard
great
line.
Hit by Kevin DeCello over there, popped the ball out.
Looking for Schaefer at the 15-yard line. Tanner Larson is showing that senior leadership
Correct.
now as he is mowing this team down the field, marching this team down the field. It's 2nd and 10, 1:03 to go in the ball game.
Pottsville's
Larson
not set
back to
defensively.
pass, throws incomplete.
Yeah, that time they zigged when they should have zagged. He was looking for Caden Hess. Caden cut in and Larson threw out.
And that could have been disastrous because there was 2 Pottsville players right there. Jersey Shore has just got it settled down. They have an eternity here with
Correct.
a minute, 2 timeouts to go.
You've got 2 downs to make 10 yards. Plus, you've got a timeout here if you don't get it right now and you're not happy.
And the middle of the field has been wide open the last couple plays. Here comes the blitz. Larson throws down the sidelines. This time, he's got it this time for a touchdown. Stanton Westland. He finally connected, Coach, from 26 yards. Let's get a replay on that one.
Yeah,
and they are a point away from tying this one up.
Jersey Shore's made a living all year on this one-on-one fade pattern, and this is mano-a-mano, 2 best players on the field, some might say. And watch where this ball's put. The only place that anybody could get it is Westland, and he hauls it in finally. 3 times, 3rd time is the charm tonight. And here we go.
I think he got a Charlie horse down there. He's being worked on the sidelines. Cam Allison on for the point after to tie it up. Here's the snap. Has to hold. Kick is up. Kick is right through. And that's a Park Pizza touchdown. Tanner Larson to Stan Westland. We are deadlocked here at 21 at Danville. 54 seconds to go. We'll be right back. WebWeeklyLive.com.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what...
Coach, a tale of 2 halves. First, actually 3 quarters dominated here by Jersey Shore on their comeback here, and now a kickoff. That ball is skipping around. That's a free ball down at the 5-yard line, fielded by Mullins. Here comes the Bulldogs, and down he goes at the 7-yard line with 50 seconds to go, Coach. This Jersey Shore crowd is in a frenzy.
And they should be.
Watch the replay here. What a hit on the kickoff.
Pottsville takes over.
That's a free ball.
Fielded at the 5, and down he goes. Now you got to remember, Coach, the ankle of Damon Yost is not good. They are pinned back deep in their own territory. 50 seconds to go.
Correct.
You don't want to make a cardinal mistake here.
No, you don't. If you're Jersey Shore, you might want to think about deepening up a little bit.
Here's Yost, handoff to DeCello. Up the middle,
And
gain
Jersey
of a
Shore
couple.
calls a timeout. Smart move by Tom Gravish there. They've got 1 left.
Stop by number 7, Cameron Allison.
Cam Allison on the tackle. What a game, Coach. What a game.
Shore takes their
Well, hey, save the best for last, right?
Well, Jersey Shore takes a timeout, Coach. Let's reset everything. Let's calm down, take deep breaths.
Calm.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh.
I'm talking about myself. 21, 44.9 seconds to go.
Been through a couple of these. You got to just settle down, settle your kids down.
I was just going to say, what are you telling your kids if you're a Pottsville coach?
If you're a Pottsville coach, you got to play for overtime and then hope for the best. Listen, you know your quarterback's banged up. The kids know it, right? But you can't let that stop what you do. So I would strongly consider getting into a Wildcat at this point in time and letting Mason Barnes run. I obviously don't know their quarterback backup situation.
Right, and obviously the backup quarterback, Yoder, has not been in, so he's obviously not ready. Yeah, Yost handoff again, right up the middle, and a big hit. That's number 3. That's Wolchuk. Ball carrier, another timeout by Jersey Shore. And it's 3rd and long, and they are not going to throw the ball down here.
No need to. And another tackle, by the way, 33. Sechrist on the stop.
I need to get with Chris Massey after the game and see how
I'm going
many
to hear that
tackles
tonight.
he has.
I think I'm going to sit straight up at 3 in the morning hearing Sechrist on the stop. Sechrist on the stop. What a great game by that young man tonight.
What a great game, and just to thank everyone out there who watches Webb Weekly Live every Friday night. 14 weeks, Coach. What a game here.
Well, I'll just say it right now. If he's not an all-state football player, I don't know what one looks like.
No, he's just a hitting machine, and wow.
He has been all over the field.
3rd down and 8, ball at the 11, 39 seconds to go. Jersey Shore, no timeouts left.
No, you got to run the ball here if you're Pottsville.
And they're still going to have to kick it away.
Now if they play their cards right.
Well, let's see, they down it. Play clock will reset. And they're still going to have to run a play.
See, they didn't play their cards right. They didn't reset the clock.
Back to 40 now.
Yeah.
It's going to go to. We're going to go to a little overtime here, Coach.
First time all year, I believe.
First time all year, and I want to be you and get that overtime pay. We're going to overtime here in Danville. We'll be right back.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees. You gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned business and keeping tradition. Growing with your customers over the years. Seeing the same faces. It's everything for us. Visit Van Campen and see what over 70 years
Lyle's no driver, that's for sure. But he will tell you that Blaze Alexander has the lowest price guaranteed. Blaze Alexander here, and I'm getting ready for hunting season with my dog Lyle. Lyle and I don't want you getting stuck in the woods with your old truck, so why not come into one of our dealerships and check out all these different brands of trucks that we have for you. The all-new Ford Ranger, Ram, Nissan Titan, Gladiator, F-150, Chevy Heavy Duty, Colorado, GMC, Toyota Tacoma, Toyota Tundra. See them all today at blazetrucks.com. That's right. We'll always offer the lowest price, guaranteed, or we'll pay you $1,000.
At both Fairfield locations, in Muncie and Danville, for every new coat you bring in for kids ages infant to 15, you'll receive an additional $500 off your in-stock vehicle purchase. Plus, during the Black Friday sales event, you can receive employee pricing on select 2019. Save over $11,000 on select 2019 Ram 1500s, or save over $7,000 off select 2019 Cherokees. Stop in today.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's Loyal Sock behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. With those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
I think there's something to be said about being in business for over 70 years. The value of taking care of your customers and offering them the best service and selection possible. Being a 4th-generation family-owned.
All right, Coach, we are back. They are playing 9-5 over the PA system. Dolly Parton works 9-5. Not here tonight. It's going to overtime. What a game, 21-21. Someone's going to get a victory here tonight.
Yeah, what did you say at Berwick?
Something's got to give. I quoted Drowning Pool back in week number 3 of the season. We were standing in about 80-degree weather. That's the difference here. about 55 degrees difference.
That's right. It's playoff weather, baby.
It's
We keep
playoff
saying
weather
it every week.
Hey, it's warm.
It
We got
is.
the light on us here. It's a great football game. Where else would you rather be?
Exactly. If you can't get excited right now, you need to pack up, go home.
Check your pulse.
Check your pulse. Go watch another sport. Get another beverage for overtime, baby, because we're getting ready to roll here.
Coach, we're looking at the replay here of the touchdown pass to Westland.
Yeah, we saw that on the regular replay, and you can see it was a
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
All right, we are going to, let's see who is getting the ball here first.
Looks like it's going to be Pottsville.
Pottsville's going
It looks like it's going to. I can't see.
No, Pottsville's going on defense.
They're going to be on defense first.
So Shore gets the ball.
Yep, at the 10-yard line.
If they score, Pottsville will have one possession.
They'll have a chance to score as well.
Ball is at the 10-yard line. High school rules.
Boy, I like Jersey Shore's chances here, Paul.
Well, I'll tell you what, any points are always good points here.
Correct.
But they're going to go 4 wide here to start off, and why not?
And don't discount Brett Guthrie down
Guthrie
here.
in the ball, and he's being guarded by Barnes. One-on-one coverage there. We've seen him running some fade patterns early in warm-ups here. Lorson from the gun. Lorson rolling, being pressured. And down
you don't
he
want
goes,
that right off the bat. A big sack by Walchuk right off the bat. And that's the last thing you want if you're Jersey Shore. Now you've got yourself back to the 20-yard line.
Oh, throw that ball away. He couldn't get him off his hip. He was on his hip the whole time.
And Paul Guthrie's out there because Westland is not.
Yeah, we saw Westland go off the field. They were stretching him out. I thought it was maybe a cramp.
He's going to be sacked again.
Down he goes again.
2 sacks by Pottsville. Now they've got him back to the 29-yard line.
And number 3, Bobby Walchuk, with the quarterback sack.
Big down. Each team gets 1 timeout in overtime.
And now here at least you want to pick up half of
Correct.
the yardage here.
You're going to get yourself potentially in field goal range.
4 wide for the Bulldogs. Lorson rolling, looking, throwing towards the end zone. It's caught for a touchdown.
Caden Hess, I believe.
Wow, that ball was underthrown. Caden Hess went over the defender and
right
plucked
over
it
and
away.
caught it. Let's watch it again.
Let's watch the replay here,
it's an
Coach.
Exceptional play.
Hess on the outside.
Correct. He's just going to run a fade pattern. Tanner Lierson's going to find him, throw it up, and he goes right over top of the outstretched defender. You can't draw it up any better than that.
Oh,
and
wow.
now the kick is huge.
Caden Hess to hold. Allison's kick. Snap, spot, kick, up, kick is high, kick is good. 7-point lead for Jersey Shore. Pottsville gets the ball.
And they'll have their opportunity to score on 4 downs from the 10.
And that's a Park Pizza touchdown in overtime.
Caught the opening play and all the way for a touchdown.
Now that's a Park Pizza touchdown.
All right, Coach, you've been through a lot of these now. The pressure is on the Tide.
It is.
A turnover, the game is over. A stoppage on downs, the game is over. Pottsville must score and kick an extra point.
Correct.
Here's Yost. Yost rolling, backpedaling, throws to the end zone, touchdown. And just like that.
Well, it's not that easy, man, because Pottsville's kicking game isn't exactly stellar. All right, Rafe DeCello is going to come in. He's a sophomore. He's hit a couple tonight, but this changes everything. And I want to see if Coach Gravis ices him and calls a timeout.
Well, hey, why not? Each team gets 1 timeout. Yoder will be the holder, number 1. Crowd is really on this to tie it up and to force another series. Here's the snap. Snap is down. Kick is good.
Barely. It looked like it was going to sail left of the the goalpost.
Nice kick by DeCello, and we're tied at 28.
Boy, I'll tell you what, anybody who's here tonight You're getting your money's worth. What a great game.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. From here, we couldn't tell if it was good or not. We had to wait for the referee's signal, and that was low. But, hey, you don't want to see a game end like that on a kick. Let's see it end on a defensive play.
Correct. Now they'll put 3 minutes on the clock.
And we'll do it again.
2 minutes, on the clock. They signaled for 3, and now they took it down to 2.
Now let me ask you, why is the clock running?
Well, because they're not going to start the next possession for 2 minutes.
Oh, they're going to give a 2-minute break.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, they're going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back on WebWeeklyLive.com.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Coach, we're back here. We are deadlocked at 28 in overtime. What's going through their minds here right now after giving up that big third down play?
Well, yeah, you're coaching high school kids, so there's so much of this is emotion. They're not professional athletes. They're not collegiate athletes yet. Most of them aren't going to be. So you've got them in 3rd and 17, and Jersey Shore makes a play like they made. The momentum is way out of whack. If you're a Pottsville defender and a Pottsville football player, you've got to forget about everything in a matter of 2 or 3 seconds, get yourself refocused, and get your job done now offensively to continue the game, which they did in one play. So now it's back on Jersey Shore, who thought maybe they had the game won with the way that they've been controlling things. And then there goes Yost right off the bat. First play.
Well, I'll give credit to Pottsville
pass.
there. Right back, beautiful pass. Touchdown. Now we have another toss to see who gets possession. I'll tell you what a fabulous football game here.
So much of this game is played between the ears that people who may not coach it or really watch it a lot or understand it. There's a lot to the psyche and psychology of the game as to how you react when things don't go well. That's why so many people say this game has a lot to do with life.
And I believe that Pottsville has won the toss.
Well, they'll get the ball first down the second go around. Right, because Shore went first the first time around. They're going to come down to second, same part of the field.
I'll tell you what, we keep forgetting Yost, bad ankle.
Correct. He put that on a rope.
He threw a frozen rope there in the end zone.
And that was a gutsy call by Pottsville staff.
So now we're going from the 3-yard line.
I mean, the ups and downs, You think that you've got Jersey Shore where you want them in that deep passing game that they have. They're very meticulous where they put the football. There you have it. It's their last 2 touchdowns tonight.
Here we go. 1st and 10 for Pottsville. Yost back to pass. Looking same pattern as before in the end zone. Bounce pass.
Oh, Yost is not happy with himself.
No, he had Barnes open. Same exact play as before.
Correct. And he knows it, but he's also gimping on a bad wheel. Looks a little better, though. I think the last thing he's thinking about is his ankle right now. I guarantee it.
Yeah, no, the adrenaline has kicked in. He might be sore in the morning, but right now he wants a victory for the Tide and to advance.
Let's see if they come back to that slant up top here.
Yost back. That's exactly what they're going for. Fade pattern in the end zone.
It's caught.
No,
they're going to rule him out of bounds.
Whoa, that's what's on the far side of the
my.
field. We cannot see it from here, but a referee was right
there
on it there. So we're going to take his word for it. To me, that was far away. It looked like he got a foot down here. High school football and college, you only need 1 foot down, but referee would know better. He was right there.
Yep, Schenk went up against Guthrie that time, and once again, pretty good defense.
Guthrie did a good job pushing him to the corner.
They made a switch now. Guthrie's not on him.
Yost back to pass, rolling, throws, pass complete at the 5 and pushed out. It's going to be 4th down at the 4-yard line.
Correct. 4th and goal.
Is Westland back in the game? I do not see him.
I don't see him, and I don't see him on the sideline anywhere. That might be him with the blanket on.
Well, he has a Penn State blanket on. All right, 4th and 4, Coach.
This is it. You're not going to kick it. And Pottsville looks like they had a little bit of confusion coming out of the huddle. A lot of confusion with Mullins.
Well, they're really isolating Schneck down at the bottom of your screen. 4th and 4. Yost back to pass. Being pressured. Here he goes, and he throws.
Touchdown.
It is touchdown.
It is touchdown, and I think that is
Mullins, I believe, and he's coming
gimping.
up limping. Yeah. Mullins got position there in the middle of the field.
Big time play, big time touchdown. Wow. You just can't ask for anything more out of this football game.
Now another big extra point here by DeCello. Yoder will hold. He is the backup quarterback for this team. Snap, high snap. The kick is down, kick is
true.
up, and it is true. 35,
nice job by the holder.
35-28. And Jersey Shore has got to score and kick the extra point.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, if they win the game, the holder needs some praise and some credit. I didn't catch his number. We didn't have
That's
it
Yoder.
up there.
That's number 1, the backup
okay,
quarterback.
Well, there you go.
Yep, high snap, got it down.
Got it down in a hurry. Well, here come the Dogs.
All right, 35-28.
And after last series with a 3rd and 19 or whatever, I don't know if they can be stopped.
Now they're going 4 wide. Malicki to lone setback. Crowd is in a frenzy here. In motion is Schaefer. Lorson hands it off to Malicki. Nothing doing.
No, well played by Mr. Ferraro that time, who did a good job, and Chris Wallace, senior defensive tackle, plugged up the trap. Actually lost the yard.
Ball back at the 11 now, trips to the top of your screen. Lorson back to pass, rolling that way. Throws the ball.
Pressure's coming.
He's got it for a touchdown. That's Caden Hess again.
Hess again. And you can't ask for anything more from the defense. They were all over him. Let's watch it again. Folks, hopefully people are going to watch this replay. This is unbelievable. For a high school play here, watch the coverage and watch the pass and catch and the concentration.
Caden Hess, only a sophomore.
Yep, gets his foot down in the end zone.
And he will hold on this all-important extra point to push this to another series. Snap, spot, kick is up.
Oh, that's going to be no good.
No,
it is good. Oh, my gosh.
Just over the top of the upright. He got under that. That looked like my golf shot, but it went through.
Oh, my goodness.
And we are tied here at 35. Let's take a break. Let's calm things down here at Danville. WebWeeklyLive.com.
Your family table away from home is Dolly's Diner, now with 3 great locations. The original Dolly's, Loyal Sock, behind Rita's off the Golden Strip. Dolly's Montoursville, where Dolly met Griggs. And now the new Dolly's, Park Avenue, Williamsport, formerly Donna's Restaurant. For those amazing breakfasts, daily and chef specials, sticky buns, and more, and Griggs Coffee and Peanuts. Don't miss it. Dolly's Diner, your family table away from home, covering the Williamsport area.
Make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastFaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees. You gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
Don't ever settle. Demand the best. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan with the best selection of new Nissans, the best quality pre-owned vehicles, the best service, and best of all, the Blaze Alexander low price guarantee. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan, and we dare you to find a better dealer. Don't ever settle. Demand the best. We are Blaze Alexander Nissan, because at Blaze Alexander Nissan, We're taking deals the other guys won't.
All right, Coach, we're back. 35-35. What a game.
Well,
what a game.
Haven't been involved in one of these ever.
Me either. Well, I was actually involved in the 65-64 game, Hazelton and Williamsport, a few years ago, but
those were in overtime, were they or not? They were?
Yeah, I think it did go. Yeah, it did go because Coach Cruz went for 2. I asked him why. He told me he was hungry.
All right.
That was, Coach, we love the coach.
Yeah. Well, I coached in quite a few overtimes, but not something like this. This has just been fantastic. Fantastic high school football
And this
game.
isn't like it starts again next week. The loser goes home.
Yeah, that's the sad part about it because both teams have played their hearts out tonight.
All right, 4 wide for Jersey Shore. They'll start this session of overtime from the 10-yard line. Lorson rolling. Lorson pitches to Malicki. Tide is there, and he lost about 4 yards on the play.
Walchuk there again immediately along with Kevin Schenk. They've defended the option well tonight, I think.
Yeah. Don't forget, Stanton Westland is not in the game.
But, hey, what else is new? Sorry to interrupt. They lost 4 yards, so they're going to score.
4 wide again. Lorson back to pass. Lorson looking. Throws into the middle of the field. Complete. Down close to the 5-yard line.
We get a number. They're all mixed up in there.
That looks like 15. That's Anderson. Anderson got some good hands on him.
Absolutely. They all do.
Another junior.
We talked earlier about how impressed we were with them catching when we were down on the field in warm-ups.
Lorson rolling out. Lorson cuts it back. Jukes down inside the 5 to the 4-yard. Okay, it's 4th down,
Well,
Coach.
what's new? Here we go.
Are we going or are we kicking the field goal?
I don't think he's going to kick. Well, I don't know. Maybe he'll use a timeout here and decide. He's going to call a timeout. Good move by Tom here.
All right, let's talk a little bit about this fourth down play. It's 4th and 5.
Well, here we go, Paul. To be honest, if you're going to kick, okay, we didn't talk about Cam. Cam hasn't attempted a field goal all year.
Okay, so we know we're going for it.
All right, so he's came into the game tonight 44-61 on extra points. I don't think you want to kick your first field goal of the year in the state quarterfinals.
No.
So I think he's going to go for it.
It's not much farther than an extra point, but Jersey Shore hasn't been able to stop Pottsville either.
No, you've got a rotten angle. You're all the way on the right hash.
Right. So, and they're not going to move the ball in high school football. You're going to kick from that hash.
Okay, so with Westland out of the game,
Hess has been the man.
Hess is going to be the man. You know,
do you roll him out and possibly, keep
run pass option?
He's ran for 21 touchdowns.
Absolutely.
Run the RPO here, see what's there. Pottsville's defended it well tonight. Let's see. This is this will be big here. 4th and 5. Doesn't get much bigger than this.
And I see where Barnes is. If they've got him matched up on Hess, they should. Here we go.
4th down and 5. Larson back to pass.
Pressured
Under pressure.
Immediately.
He's trying to get to the corner. Throws. He has a man open
Guthrie,
for a touchdown. Brett Guthrie in the end zone.
Let's watch it again because you're going to see a well-coached team here. You're going to see Brett Guthrie readjust his pattern when Tanner Lorson is being pressured. Folks, that's 100% coached. Watch him readjust his pattern. Wide open.
To me,
Touchdown.
I thought that ball was going to sail on him and fly a little bit over his head, but thank God it didn't. If you're a Jersey Shore fan, Cam Allison on for the extra point. Spot kick up. Kick is.
That one looked much better.
Wow,
Boy, he kicked that one into the river.
Another touchdown on the board. 42-35. Pottsville has to score a touchdown and an extra point to keep this going, Coach.
Correct. And you see a senior quarterback make a great play. And, Brett Guthrie has played an outstanding game on both sides of the football.
And Brett Guthrie in the game now at wide receiver.
Correct.
Because of the injury to Stanton Westland. What a fantastic game here. I can't even say anymore. Pottsville coming out now.
Well, we know what they have to do.
The thing is they got to score, and in high school, an extra point is not guaranteed.
No.
It's not even guaranteed in the pros
Correct.
anymore. Here we go. Crowd chanting defense. Everybody up here on their feet here if you're a Jersey Shore fan. 1st and 10, ball at the 10-yard line for the Crimson Tide. In motion is Mullins. He's been dangerous out of the backfield. Yost throws to the corner pattern. Up and in. Good defense.
Guess
on the
who?
play.
Brett Guthrie.
Guthrie again. He waited and he timed his jump.
Yes, he did.
Punched it out at the last second, and it's second down.
Can't say enough about the effort that's being put forth. Brett's 6 foot at best. And as we've said tonight a couple of times, Shank's every bit of 6'6".
Absolutely, and they've been throwing that timing pattern for him all night, and he's come down with a lot. But I'll tell you what, it's 2nd and 10. Shore defense pinning their ears back. Think they might bring some pressure on him here?
They may, and Pottsville's got 2 seconds to snap the ball.
Tight end in motion. Yost, straight drop back post over the middle.
Batted down
Deflected
by
at the line of
Peacock.
scrimmage. Carter Peacock.
Now that screw's tightening a little bit more if you're Pottsville.
Well, 3rd down. They got 10 yards. 2 downs to get 10 yards. Jersey Shore fans, not one person has left this game.
Nope, and nor should they.
3rd down and 10. Here we go. Listen to this crowd here. Pottsville spreading the field. They have thrown the ball every play in overtime. Yost, back to pass, throws to the end zone. Intercepted!
Game's over.
Intercepted!
By
And
Guthrie.
Jersey Shore wins. Jersey Shore wins. They storm the field. This crowd is going absolutely ballistic here. Let's watch the replay here. Yost throws off his back foot and picked off in the end zone. What an athletic play. And I think that was Guthrie, Coach. Unbelievable. Brett Guthrie.
It was Brett Guthrie again. That's at least the 2nd one of the night, not to mention numerous pass breakups, a big touchdown catch in overtime. Boy, I'll tell you what, happy for that young man. On a side note, I happen to know him personally, so very happy.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break. Coach is going down on the field. I'd love to go down there, but I'm going to stay here and hold the fort down. Coach, go down there and get a word with Coach Gravis. It's a final score here at Danville. We're going to take a quick commercial, and we'll be right back. 42-35, Jersey Shore marches on.
We want you to make sure you're going pocket, jump, balls in the feet. That's what we do here at FastMaz. We teach speed, agility, and quickness because we want you all to be better athletes. That's why you're here. So make sure on this one, when you jump up, come down, power leg, acceleration. Softball, football, basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, whatever you got, we can do it here.
Fastmaz.com.
Fastmaz.com. Lift your knees. You gotta get your knees up. Come on, let's go.
You gotta be here.
All right, fans, we are back with Jersey Shore Coach Tom Gravich. Coach, congratulations. I got no voice left. I know Coach got no voice left. I know you're very busy. A few quick words with you, Coach.
Hey, I just hats off to our players. They believe in what we preach all the time. We play Bulldog football for 48 minutes. We work with guys really hard, the whole summer and such, and we play no huddle style. And we always feel that if we can move the sticks, move the chains, and get into a flow, that it's hard to play, 48 minutes unless you're substitute on the other side. And hats off to our guys. And then the defense, we got that first touchdown, 21-7. Defense, was really form-fitting some good tackles, sending the right message to those guys. Then we got that other score, 21-14. We're kind of on the verge, another time or two we're close to scores, but this might be one of the most unbelievable games I've been involved in, and hats off to the Pottsville people. I watched them scout. I scouted them last week down in Northern Lehigh in their game against Allentown Central Catholic. They just have special players all on the field, as you saw tonight, and fans were treated too. 7 is just one heck of a player. 11 and 22, 15. But, hats off to our guys. I thought our receivers made some clutch catches and clutch times. Tanner made some fantastic throws, great decisions. Having to improvise and adapt and adjust, on the fly. Our kids are a bunch of battlers.
Game didn't start off the way you wanted it to, obviously. Your own worst enemy, and I thought you guys did a great job of keeping everybody settled down and staying in the football game. What did you think the turning point was in the first half?
I think the turning point was putting that one drive together. You know, when it was 21-0, you have to score your first touchdown first. You can't score 3 at a time.
Were you surprised Pottsville did not punt from midfield when they went for it?
Somewhat, but they had such momentum going on that it didn't really surprise me that much.
Well, I know when you watch the replay, we both said there's the door open for Jersey Shore. We no sooner got it out of our mouths, and your kids went down the field and scored. And we really felt from then on the momentum was in your favor the rest of the football game. And just hats off, great job. You got to be happy. We got to talk to you earlier in the week, but now you get to crank it up for one more.
Yeah, we appreciate it, and we thanks for Webb Weekly's coverage.
Thank you, Coach.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Jersey Shore Final Four in the state. Next week they'll do it again. We'll be right back with a few of the Bulldogs.
At both Fairfield locations, in Muncie and Danville, for every new coat you bring in for kids ages infant to 15, you'll receive an additional $500 off your in-stock vehicle purchase. Plus, during the Black Friday sales event, you can receive employee pricing on select 2019. Save over $11,000 on select 2019 Ram 1500s, or save over $7,000 off select 2019 Cherokees. Stop in today. Fairfield Chrysler.
All right, welcome back. We are here with a few of the victorious Bulldogs tonight. Great game in overtime, Coach. I know you're standing by there with Tanner Lorson. What a game.
Yeah, greatest game I've been around. I've been coaching a long time and been watching high school football, and without a doubt, boys, you guys put on a show tonight. I mean, hats off to Pottsville also, but you get yourselves down 21-0 to start. Things don't go the way you want them to, and it's very easy in those situations just to roll over. What you tell yourselves?
Well, we just knew we had to keep fighting and have us, give us a chance at the end to win this game. And everyone over here believed, we all believed we could do it, and that's what we did.
Brett, you had a great game on both sides of the ball tonight, as all of you did, but why don't you talk to us a little bit about the interception at the end?
I mean, I knew it looked like he was trying to chuck it out of bounds, so I mean, I saw the ball. I thought I could make a play on it. That's my job as a cornerback, break on the ball.
And you did. You got beat early on that slant pattern, and we commented that, you know, sometimes when you're a cornerback and a defensive back, you got to let those things go.
Right.
If you keep replaying them in your head, the psyche of that can really ruin you for the rest of the game. And it's obvious that you didn't do that. So an outstanding job by you. And then we come to the human tackling machine.
Our hitting machine right here. The Hulk in human form right here. Coming into the game, 158 tackles on the year. Tonight he had about 86 more. I got to get the official stats from Massey. He's probably well over 200. Dawson, fantastic game. We called your name 100 times. I know you talked to Coach a few times about what exactly went on out there. What were you thinking, man? You were feeling it.
I just love it. Every time they give that running back the ball, it's my job to make tackles. So when I see him, I just plant my foot and stick him as hard as I can.
And stick him you did. All right, let's talk a little bit about Stan. I know you went out with an injury. You had 3 times. Third time was the charm. Tanner hit one with you for the touchdown. It was the crowd erupted out here. What a bunch of great fan support you have here. Take us through that touchdown pass.
I mean, we were trying the same route over and over again. I just wasn't making a play on it, and at the very end there, Tanner put the ball right where I could catch it, and I made a play on it and ended up scoring a touchdown off of it.
Absolutely fabulous game here, Coach.
People need to know that plays like that don't happen just accidentally. These guys have practiced that over, trust me, over and over and over to put the ball right where it needs to be all the time. So congratulations to Jersey Shore. You've done yourselves proud. Great game, guys. And you're moving on to the semifinals. Good luck next week.
All right, guys, we're going to close it out for here. Guys, it's a final score from Danville in triple overtime, 42-35. Jersey Shore wins it. They advance the Final Four to state. It's coming up next week on WebWeeklyLive.com. Good night, everybody.